right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Supporter Kings. My name is St. Kramer. Brian the Grizzly. Brandon Man should be joining us a little bit later, hopefully soon. But what's going on, man?
As you see, I started to take
I
some of the
saw-
stuff down.
I saw.
Even though I got the new X-Men show with the Magneto,
Nice. Yeah.
Wolverine. So I was like, Bishop is up there. I don't want the Storm. I probably already ordered Rogue and Gambit, so I'll have 5 of the 6.
You know.
I just don't want that. I can't do the Mohawk Storm. I don't like it. I just don't.
I don't mind the Mohawk Storm, but I don't like the Mohawk Storm in the white traditional outfit. Like if we do the Mohawk Storm, to put her in like the her little punk rock look that she got. But
I love Aurora so much. It's hard for me to. I want her to be elegant and awesome and like queenish. I don't want to see her in the fucking Mohawk.
I love the Mohawk Storm.
It's not the same. No,
it's cool for what it does. It's her like a little like rebel like era. It's cool.
Even the I like those. I don't even like those.
And then the cosplays are always awesome. Seeing all the cool cosplays. Who we got in here? We got Brandon Davis. He's like, first, yeah, man. Appreciate you being here, man, and being a member. Thank you. Profess the Film Fan. Good evening, everyone. What's up, man?
Yes.
How you doing? And we got another member. We got Danny from the Road to Wisdom. What's up? Because y'all need a third.
Hey, we can send it to you anytime, Danny. Anytime you want to join in.
Yep. Well, but our third is coming in. Well, he's coming as a little late.
Sure, right. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, but yeah, appreciate you guys all being here. But yeah, man, I think we're gonna talk Beekeeper. We're finally gonna do that review.
I've only waited for 10 days.
I know. Granted, there's like nothing much of like, I really know what like I really want to know what you guys think. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
dude, what can you think?
There's no like, yeah.
No, what's just interesting because there's some people that just hate it.
Oh my god, it's getting so much hate on the internet, man. So much hate because I want to see it. It's good if you like action. If you like just it's nothing crazy, but it's like really over the top action. It reminds me a lot of like the first John Wick, made but without like they replaced the dog with a person, but I just feel like the dog has so much symbolism of what the dog means, but at the same time it's like is an actual person.
Because there's two reasons. One, she's Miss Parker. They named her Miss Parker, which is awesome. Okay, that's the first thing. Second of all, you know what I mean? She's Felicia Rashad. For me, that's the greatest TV mom of all time, hands down. So that's just it for me. So for the fact that she's the only one that's taking care of him, for a person who he is, and then her being, being like a black icon, along with that being the greatest mother I've ever seen on TV. For me, it was enough. So like I understood like those connections with it, and then just they
definitely got somebody. They got somebody who a lot of people can connect with right off the bat.
Exactly.
But it was to me, it reminded me of like John Wick, and I don't want to give like too many spoilers, but I definitely seeing this as another like John Wick type of franchise. It's gonna get like at least 3 movies. It's gonna get at least 3 movies.
I can't say it won't because I mean the Equalizer. I see it more like the Equalizer, which is just like because once again, because John Wick gets beat up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Jason Statham don't get beat up, but I feel like also Equalizer, he's more smart. Like he outthinks. This guy, he's more like just super prepared than anything. But yeah.
There's no one smarter than Denzel. Denzel's not gonna be in the movie. And he's not the smartest person there. Ever. Bro, the hate on X is unreal. I was joking around the other day, bro. It got way too serious. People take everything so seriously, especially when you're behind a keyboard. Like
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. You were gonna hate on the hate on X is Unreal. Were you? I didn't see what you said about the movie.
I don't even know it was about the movie. It's just Danny
Or
being
just in general, yeah.
people just taking things too seriously. Like,
Yeah.
dude, come on,
Yeah.
grown.
Yeah. It said Brand David. Here you go. Brand David said Beekeeper was that ish. I'm
That it.
telling you, telling you, he has some bangers, but the only one better is to me is Crank 2. Crank 2 is again, it's another just stupid over the top madness.
Crank 2 is nuts. It's video game ish. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what that is, but
Yeah.
I thought Beekeeper was just fun. It was a fun movie.
Well, yeah. We got Preston. What's up, Preston? Hey guys, sorry I can't be here tonight, but I did watch Beekeeper today and I really enjoyed it. There you go. I'm gonna mark this so when we talk about the movie,
We'll bring it back up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna win any Oscars or anything. You know what I mean? It probably won't make a ton of money either in the box office, but it was fun. It is what it is, and it's what I expected.
I think it could make some money in the box office.
I haven't kept track of it. I don't even know where it's at.
I have no idea either, and that's what it's coming off the top of my head. I have no idea.
Yeah,
no idea where it is.
Crank 2, then Beekeeper. I mean, Transporter is up there too, though, man.
Transport is really good.
Yeah. Do you think you can get a sequel? I think it's gonna get at least a trilogy. It's gonna be at least a trilogy.
I don't know, man. It's so hard because you don't have like anyone else to go after killing her. You're like after the dog, there's other people that you had to go kill and his car and all that stuff. There's no one for him to have anyone. He's just gonna go back into oblivion.
But even like the way, like say, like John Wick 2 started, like it was like, oh, him opening this door caused problems. You know what I mean? So because if number 1 ended just like John Wick and that was all we got, then that would have been, I think, a satisfying ending. But then it opened the doors like, oh, you're back in the game. And then John Wick 2 is what started the real.
But there's no world. This Beekeeper is like,
it is. Well, it is kind of a world because everyone knew what a beekeeper was, right?
Yeah, but they didn't know who the beekeeper was. And then the other beekeeper that was a beekeeper, he killed her immediately.
Yeah. She was like so because he's the most badass, you know, like again, like something like John Wick. But I could see, I mean, just the person he went after and stuff like that, I could see it becoming
and then like, Josh is going
like chasing.
We'll see.
Yeah. So how you guys doing? Travis, what's up, Travis? Denzel isn't always smart in Glory. In Glory, he ran right into the ambush alongside with the other idiots.
Well, there's another reason I can say about that, but I mean, what were you gonna do? It's war. Like you're not gonna go like I'm gonna go the other way, bro.
It's been a while since he knew it was an ambush, right?
I think all of them.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah,
and they sent them that crew that way anyway because they knew what was going on. So I don't know.
They kept putting him in, you know, I mean, this is real life too, in places where like, oh no, you're gonna die. We want you to die. So go out there and distract or be a human shield and shit like that. So, but I'm talking Equalizer. And usually Denzel even like say Training Day I think is
Training Day. He was the smartest guy in the room. He's just all the time.
But then he got too much. You know, he got too much. Oh, as it always does to people like that.
2 guns. You know, like I'm just saying, like all the time, he's always the smartest, biggest, guy in the room. You know, so like that's just who he is.
Yeah. Brandon Davis said, I don't know about a sequel because he only has 2 sequels. Or Crank and Transporter, he doesn't do too many sequels. Technically, all movies are the same, so no need to really do sequels.
What about Fast X, Fast 10?
Yeah, but he's not the main.
No, but he's been in multiple sequels of it. He's been in multiple movies of the same movie.
That is really interesting. Yeah, he doesn't do too many sequels.
I mean, he was in 4 of the Fast movies.
How many Expendables was he in?
3.
He was in 3. Because I'm like, there's 2 I remember for sure. Because it's the new one he's in, right? Yeah.
So I think he's been in 3 Expendables. So I mean, he's had a couple of these.
Yeah.
So it's just not just like. Yeah, I don't know.
Just bring Ryan Man in.
Couple
What's up, man?
Sorry about not too bad. Sorry about that. Fashionably late.
It's all good. We're just talking about Jason Statham. Crank 2 the best.
The Crank movies are awesome movies, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been in Meg and Meg 2. That's a sequel.
Oh yeah, Meg 2. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. All the Fast ones we said.
Yeah, I was going to say if the Fast movies count, since he technically came in late in the game.
I would say they don't, because he's not the main character in it. But if you want to, you could count him. But definitely Meg, he's the main guy in Meg. He's the main guy in Crank. He's the main guy in Transporter. So, but Travis said,
one mechanic, right? It was only one mechanic, right?
No, there were two.
There's
two. So there's two mechanics.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, I think
was
there's
he in
another
both?
one. Yeah,
he was in both.
Yeah, damn. I'm looking at it right now. Mechanic Resurrection. So he's had a lot of sequels, actually.
Yeah, a lot more than you'd think on surface level, right?
Wow.
Yeah. No, I really. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of hardly any of these.
Let's see what else we got. Keep going. Just comment so we can get things going. Xavier, what's up? Xavier said the Beekeeper is just one of those fun action flicks where you just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think too much into it. Just like enjoy what I'm getting. And I'm just saying the Miss Parker thing just was great for me. Like, hey, Miss Parker. I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
Travis said an animated Beekeeper crossover with Jerry Seinfeld's The Bee Movie.
Okay, that's good.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld doing his thing, his talk, and all of a sudden Jason Statham just go.
Or like he whispers to him and like goes on a killing spree. Dan said, "I always been a Jason Statham fan. He's always been on point with his action movies. Then you'll definitely like this one, man. You'll definitely. Like
for
sure.
This is one of my more enjoyable ones that I've seen. You know,
good press.
It's Wrath of Man.
Same.
Yeah.
Hey, Preston.
No. I wouldn't mind another Beekeeper film to give some backstory on the organization.
That's a good idea, like a prequel. A prequel. Or because he killed the other beekeeper, the organization that like set the beekeepers up, like that are in control, who's choosing them, comes after him, or that make him return. You no longer retire because you killed our beekeeper.
I like how after that happened, the Beekeeper organization was pretty much like, screw this.
Yeah.
They're like,
I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, they were just like, yeah, we're done. We're not gonna mess with this anymore. That was good. And then Dan said, hot take, he could be very cool and different version of James Bond. Just saying. Who didn't you say that, Brandon? Or somebody said that like not too long ago. It might have been Danny, I don't know. I wouldn't mind that as like just like an actiony, like super action, like.
But I never see James Bond as being that much action.
Not like that.
Yeah, like not that badass, right?
But yeah, James Bond is badass, but he's not as badass as Jason.
He's not that type of badass, right?
I say if you're gonna try that, then you gotta try it for like 2 movies and sign them off for a 2-movie deal. And if it works, then sign them off for some more. But it would need to be kind of short-lived, I feel like.
Yeah. But it's kind of like he's been before. I mean, in the Transporter,
the Hobbs,
that's what he is. Like he is that type of guy, but just cooler. You know, he's part of MI6. He's all part of those things. That's just what he is. So I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because then you're essentially talking about the character of Deckard Shaw anyway.
Exactly. You are Deckard Shaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Essentially didn't they allude to him being like an MI6 agent or some kind of special forces in one of the movies?
Yep.
He's like that.
He's MI6.
Yeah.
Was he MI6?
Former MI6.
Okay.
His mom was the head of the MI6, right? They
called
her. Yeah, they called her. Say, all right, mom.
Yeah.
She was the one that got involved into that.
I only watched it like one time, and I liked it. It was a fun movie, but it wasn't like rewatchable too much. Brandon Davis said Meg is a sequel also. Yep. The Bear, Beef, and Succession are our dominating
image. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I've seen it. But it's exactly what you expect it to be. You know what I mean? Those are the TV ones. I was surprised Abbott Elementary didn't win more, but the Bear beef in Succession.
Yeah,
come on.
I still got to finish season 2 of The Bear. I have to watch The Bear in like really small increments just because it just sends my anxiety through the roof.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. The movie stars is Crank Transport. Yeah. Yep. Imagine a Crank 3 where he's brought back by a priest or a witch doctor endowed with power of Christ.
Honestly, considering how absurd that franchise was, would you rule it out?
No, that's the problem.
And I think that's the beauty of it. The Crank movies know exactly what they are. Like I said, they're GTA the movie.
Yeah. It was 2 mechanics.
Yep.
With 2 mechanics, I feel.
It's so crazy because I'm looking at all these sequels. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of these sequels. Wow.
Yeah.
What up, Bonzo?
What's up, man? But Brandon said I did love Beekeeper. I'm gonna mark that so when we get to that as well. And then we got Mama Bear in the house. What is up?
What's up, Mama
Bear?
Mama Bear?
Got the eyes.
She's like that with the eyes because she's looking at the 32-inch pythons on each one. Exactly. Oh, hey, this reminds me because we got the icons now, right?
Yeah, I think I can add them. Can I add more than one?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh yeah, here. See if that shows up. That should show up. And it shows up pretty quick. So it don't show up in StreamYard, but on
it shows up on YouTube.
On YouTube chat, they all pop up. So we got one of our alternate logos, a picture of me, Brian, Brandon, and a crown for Sport of Kings. So
which is great. I've always wanted my own YouTube emoji for a while.
Hey, but we gotta get one for you. I'm telling you, you have to be like this when you're doing it, man. I'm just telling you.
I'll take a picture of myself doing that
later. Exactly.
And send it over to him.
It's pretty small, so I won't do it, but I can make a bigger one where you're flex and put Spoiler Kings in the muscle, like old school cartoons. Have it so it's shaped.
That's great.
Have it shaped it like.
Professor said the Bear is amazing. It's super amazing, man.
So good. It's so good.
It's so hard. I can't watch it at night.
Like I said, I just gotta watch it little by little, because it just. I'm telling you, I
can't go to sleep. That's my problem. If I'm watching it, I can't go to sleep because it's just so much anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a lot of everything happens. It's just it gets you up there and then it just doesn't really stop. Really, it's there's some down moments, but it's constantly agitating. I don't know, how to explain it, but
no, you're right.
Not in a bad way though.
No,
you're not that guy, trust me.
Bad.
You're not that guy.
I didn't mean to press that. I went to go move my thing and hit it.
Ray Man's about to say a good point, and he's like, "You're not that guy, man. You're not that guy."
I don't know. If they're going to do that Halloween TV series, I think Elon Musk was Baccarat from The Bear would be the fantastic Loomis.
Loomis.
I know who you're talking about.
I don't know.
I wonder if they're ever going to make that series.
Maybe. It was who bought the rights? Who bought the TV rights? It's a different studio that bought the TV rights or something like that.
It wasn't AMC, was it?
No. I forgot the details about it all, but yeah. Like a weird.
I know they've been talking about it for a while. Haven't they been talking about that? And then Ryan Murphy, who did American Horror Story, is trying to make a Camp Crystal Lake TV series or something like that. Which I'd be fine without that happening. Yeah. I'd actually be fine without either of those happening.
Yeah.
I mean, too much of these guys. We've seen that. We've seen the Halloween series enough, guys. Come on. We're done.
Yeah.
That's what makes them great. Is you don't need a lot of backstory, and and you don't need them a lot. You know what I mean? It's always the victim or the scream queen kind of character needs to the final girl, right? Is that what they're called?
And that's the big problem I had with the Rob Zombie remake. Like, we didn't need a whole backstory on why Michael Myers was evil. Dr. Loomis sums it up in the first movie. He was just purely and simply evil. I like the idea that, he didn't have like some tragic backstory as to why he was evil. He just was.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was enough.
That's enough. Same thing like Joker. You don't need to over-explain it. Joker just wants to see the world burn. Got it. Done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I love about the Dark Knight. Like, you see him, he gets all the money, he just lights it on fire. Why? Because I'm the Joker. I don't need this damn money. I don't care about none of this. I'm going to light it on fire because that's what I do.
It was so good, man. It's so good. Let's see. Mama Bear says, "Love it."
She said, "I love it." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Should we become a member just for that?
Remember, you guys, only $1.99 become a member. I think our goal is to have at least 10 members by the end of the month. That's all. Not crazy.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah. And then Brandon said, "Hey guys, I don't feel too well, so I'm gonna have to crap out on y'all early." Man, don't worry, Brandon.
Don't worry, healthy, man. We're not gonna worry about that. You give us your stuff. We'll make sure we'll put it up when we talk about the Beekeeper. One thing we'll talk about is how we change your dragon. We're gonna talk about some of the news about just casting, and then what we talked about. Me and Tank were talking off about Madam Web off the stream, and that's it. I mean, we're not gonna have fun. So
yeah. Hope you feel better, man.
Yeah, but I know they saw Book of Clarence. I didn't get a chance to see it yet. I don't. Did you guys?
Me neither.
I'm
going Wednesday.
Okay, I think I'll probably go this week. But he did say he likes Self-Reliance. I watched it. I watched it. I liked it too. It was a fun ride, man. It was a fun ride.
I'm gonna watch that.
Interesting. It's on Hulu, so yeah. Self-Reliance is a nice take on World's Most Deadliest Game. It's very much like that. With like a mental health like thrown in there. It's really an interesting movie, and the way it ended was like not bad, but like I know how Brian, you say you don't like a movie not having like an ending. It kind of leaves it open. This is definitely kind of like leaves it open for me, at least it did. I'm sure other people are like, no, it's for sure this or it's for sure that. For me, it's like, is it or isn't it? I don't know, but yeah,
I'm gonna check it out. So I like Jake Johnson as an actor, and I know he directed it too.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that too. Yeah.
If you like him and his kind of like style of comedy, I think you'll definitely like the movie. So,
and Anna Kendrick. So
Anna Kendrick's in it. not that much, but enough. Travis said, "I can't get sleep thinking about the implications. Perhaps whoever can name the song that's from."
It's like, I can't get to sleep.
I'm not sure.
No idea.
I feel like I know.
Anybody in chat? Anybody in chat know? So the bear reminds me of Uncut Gems for anxiety levels.
Exactly. That's
a good comparison. That's a really good comparison. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Brandon said, "I'm glad you like Ted."
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, you watched it, right? Oh, Brandon.
I watched the first 4 episodes.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
Pretty funny. I'd watch 2, 3 more seasons maybe.
That's what you said. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay.
Most streaming shows, I think, get like 2 or 3. So
it has like a very throwback 90s sitcom vibe, which is appropriate since it takes place in the year 1993. And Seth MacFarlane, I find between this and the Orville, is doing really good with that kind of like throwback vibe to the shows that he makes. So yeah, I think it works as a series. It's pretty funny, and the humor hasn't worn out its welcome, which is a good sign. It keeps me laughing.
Where'd you go? That's on my watch list for this week.
I just want to yell at Enzo right now, so I'm just waiting for you guys. I want to yell so much.
I know. So one last one. He goes, Ryan Murphy can't even properly finish his existing shows. He doesn't need another one.
That's
exactly.
True. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is what we're getting to. So Anzo said boo to us liking the Joker, and
from
the Dark Knight and stuff like that. So he goes, the Dark Knight is caca. And then Nolan ruins superhero movies. And then real quick, Mama Bear said, feel better, Brandon Davis. So
all right, B, yeah.
Hope you feel better.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah, man. Hope you feel better, dude.
Now back to Anzo.
Yeah.
You're crazy, bro.
So Horgy, I see yours. We're gonna bring that up in a second. So he says, not sure. This is Travis Mitchell saying, not sure if you're joking, but I actually kind of agree with Dark Knight take. I rewatched it and sided with some great scenes. I audibly said this sucks during it. So Travis is kind of on board with Anzo. Anzo's saying not joking. My man. And we got Perp. What's up, Perp?
Perp, what's up? No, let's go back to this.
No, yeah, and he's not joking. He really, I know we've talked about this before.
I know,
he said it on different shows before and on his show. And man, but the Dark Knight though, man.
Dude,
like
send Anzo a link because I'm about to yell at him on this channel right now.
just come here and sit and get yelled at.
Sit here and get yelled at. Come on, you deserve this. You brought it on yourself. Oh my God.
The Dark Knight Rises is a flawed masterpiece.
That's the one of the Nolan trilogy that I don't like.
Dark Knight, I like all three of them. They're fine. Batman Begins is, I know you like it a lot. I think it's just okay. I think the Dark Knight is one of the greatest superhero movies ever. I thought it was awesome. I enjoyed it. It's not the best comic book movie ever, but it's one of a good, very good superhero movie, even though I don't believe Batman's superhero. So,
well,
I think what makes it a superhero movie is the villain versus the good guy, the overall concept of the movie, the bigness of it, and it wasn't stupid. So, like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it dared to be more than like the conventional superhero or comic book movie. It was more like a crime thriller, like not unlike Heat or what's another one, The Departed, or like it was a crime drama that just happened to be based on a comic book character, which I really appreciated about it. I thought Nolan was
no one will know what you are.
I thought Nolan was very much in his element with it, but The Dark Knight Rises, not my cup of tea. Love the first two. Third one, I feel like you could just tell Nolan wanted to move on to something else at that point.
It was okay. I didn't like their take on Robin. I didn't like the take on Catwoman. So I guess I didn't like it that much. But
I like Catwoman. I didn't like their take on Bane. I like the character because he was so weird, and now we have the animated Bane, which is trying to be like the movie Bane, and it's fucking hilarious. I love the Harley Quinn Bane, but yeah, it's the third one was really over the top. I think that's when he was trying to make like a comic book movie rather than doing what made the last one
he does
so great.
I think what made the last one so great was Joker. I thought the Joker, the villain, Batman deciding you're gonna chase after me. You can chase after me. I'm doing what's good for the city. All those things just kind of added up to it being a great movie. And his interaction with Catwoman, his interaction with what's his name? Morgan Freeman's character.
Lucius
Fox.
Fox. Fox. I mean, just all those things were really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I also didn't like the 3 when why is he with Catwoman? Like I in France, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
I also did Rachel. Yeah, but Two-Face was great.
Yeah, I didn't like Rachel very much either.
I was like, dude, why are you caring about her?
Yeah.
Here's a hot take. I don't care about either the Gyllenhaals, Jake or what's her name?
Maggie.
Or Maggie. Nah, I could do without him.
You have a full hate of Jake Gyllenhaal.
And Maggie. I'm not a big fan of Maggie.
I don't.
That great.
I don't mind Maggie Gyllenhaal as an actress. Yeah, I don't mind Maggie Gyllenhaal. I'm very indifferent to her. The roles I've seen her play, I'm always just like, oh, yeah, she did fine.
I still think she like when you say, "Oh, I'm in love with this woman," this concept of this woman. I'm like, what about her is outstanding? What about her is mesmerizing with this guy? You're Batman. You can have anyone, and that's the person that you. I just didn't believe it.
I thought Rachel was just a nothing of a character. You know, like I don't know. She's like Ginny Weasley to me, or like the character of Cole Young from Mortal Kombat.
Ginny Weasley is fine now. I don't know, man.
But she was a nothing of a character, especially in the movies.
She was. Well, last time I saw, I mean,
she looks like she's fucking 50. I was like, well, I mean, me and Eric were talking about that the other day. I was like, how did you age the most and you're the youngest?
Like, because not everyone ages like. Look.
Ooh, man.
Like, as a black guy, I understand everyone doesn't age the same way as I do.
Oh okay. Yeah, totally.
I mean, I'm obviously Emma Watson still looks like great. Daniel Radcliffe still looks like pretty great, but those are still
it's the money you have.
Money, yeah.
How much money did you make during the movies? Oh, okay, then you can look better.
Yeah. All right, let's get some of these other ones. Travis said, when Harvey's yelling her name as he's pulled out of the warehouse, he sounds like Beavis, the great Cornholio.
He did, didn't he? He did, didn't he? I never even thought about that.
Oh, that's good.
I gotta rewatch that scene because that's funny. If that's
put that shirt over his head and say and do it. Like,
remember how annoyed Brian I would get during that scene when we would watch it in the video store when he was yelling at Batman, why are you coming for me? I'm like, at least say thank you, dude.
I know. I was like, because he looked at Rachel and he was like, yeah, I'm going Harvey.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could get another Rachel. That's all right.
Yeah. No, like my favorite part is like she's like telling what's his name, like it's okay, because she's thinking like I'm gonna be saved, you're gonna die. That was my favorite part, is like she's like, it's gonna be okay, don't worry, because she knows like, oh, my ass is getting saved, I'm helping you die, like, and then it's like, oh, when he starts hearing, he's like, you're not here, when he does the Cornholio thing, which I gotta double watch that because I didn't know that, but but then she hears it on the phone, she's like, oh fuck. That was like the best, because it was just like,
that's how much hate you have for her.
Yeah, when she realizes she's gonna die, she's like, oh wait, he's not coming to get me. I like that. But that's just how evil Joker was, though.
Oh man, he was so good. Joker is so good when you do him right. Come on, there's no one better.
Yeah.
I thought Brian was Michael Jai White.
Hey, I've heard that a lot, especially when I had my hair differently now. That was kind of hard. But then again, Michael Jai White's now 55. So, yeah.
Still an absolute badass, though.
I wouldn't fight him.
Yeah, so he still can knock anybody out. So
yeah, I'm not fighting him. I'll fight almost anybody. Michael Jai White's not one of those dudes. I feel like he'll turn the Spawn and like rip me in half.
Just looks at you too hard, and you're like,
oh my shoulder! Oh no!
He does that slow punch and breaks your arm.
Oh, that 1-inch punch that he did with Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, how do you do
that?
He was in
and then like he makes short work of Kimbo at the beginning of that one movie, Blood and Bone.
Blood and Bone is that's an epic movie. If you've never seen Blood and Bone, look, you should go stop and watch it right now. It's that good. Oh my god!
And I'm pretty picky when it comes to directly to video movies, but that's one of the good ones.
That's a really good one. I love that.
We need to do some watch parties. Maybe not all the time. We can't do weekly, but every so often that'd be a good one.
I am ready when you guys are.
Hey, just pick our favorite movies, but we can't do that. Me and you, Tank, because our movies are too long.
Yeah, I know. Freaking Interstellar, 3.5 hours. Dark Knight had a better villain, the Joker, but Rises was a better movie. Man, I don't know, Brandon.
I don't.
I don't know, because I think it was a better villain. It was a better movie because it was a better villain.
Mm-hmm.
I think that matters. When you have the hero, you have Commissioner Gordon, you have Two-Face, and then you have the Joker, who is just that good. That makes the video. It makes the movie. I mean, just made it. And then the end, him having to become the villain, and Batman having to become, and let Commissioner Gordon chase him because he can handle it.
Oh, yeah. Although I would have taken the easy way out and just blamed the last of those murders on the Joker. He already killed like 500 people in the movie anyway. What's several more?
Yeah, right.
That's too much like real life. And Joker killed Michael Jai White like it was nothing. So I mean, it just come on. That movie is so good. It's so many levels to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Dark Knight Rises had like the makings to be awesome, and there was a lot of content in there that did work for me, and it really did bring the character of Bruce Wayne full circle, which I appreciated, and it was very much a contained.
Send Anzo the link.
and I respect that Nolan made a contained story, and it had a definitive. It had a definite beginning, middle, and end, which I appreciated. It wrapped things up. There were just like some things that didn't work for me. Like you said, Brian, like I didn't much care for Robin in that, or John Blake, or whatever you want to call him. Catwoman, I thought was okay. Alfred cried way too much. Bane was a joke. The whole John Blake speech was just one of the most pretentious things I've ever heard. Or I looked into your eyes and tell you you were fake smiling. So from that, you must be Batman. Get out of here. Like, just pull your head out of your own ass. And yeah, it just didn't like there. I was kind of it's easily my least favorite. I could watch Batman Begins and The Dark Knight over and over and over and over again. I probably only watched The Dark Knight Rises all the way through maybe like 3 times.
I've only watched Batman Begins 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a huge Batman Begins fan. Like, and nothing. Yeah, I know I respect the movie, but I think it's my 3rd favorite beginning of a franchise. If that's because the first Batman.
Bring Anzo in here.
What's
up, Anzo?
What's going on right now, guys? Oh, I don't
you ready
run
to
from
get
that
yelled
smoke.
at now?
Oh,
you
I
ready?
don't run from that smoke. I don't run from that smoke. All right, let's do it. As 3 against
1.
Man,
there we go. Right.
Good.
We've just been trashing it though, like for the past like 5 minutes.
Like, first off, it's the best villain. Period. That Joker is great. All right, what he did to the other gangsters was amazing. All right, the whole setup of the story was amazing. Seeing the skill the Joker had was amazing. Having Harvey Dent and see what he became was awesome. All right, Batman at the end becoming the villain and allowing them, Commissioner Gordon, to chase him was amazing, especially after we got where Batman Begins. Like, the whole story set up perfectly. Nolan did a good job with that one. And I think a lot of it was because of the actors that you had with it. You had bangers all throughout the entire movie. Did I like Catwoman that much? She's okay. I didn't care for it, or not care. But this is a great movie. Like, if you're talking about superhero hero movies,
this is like in the 3rd one. She's not in the 2nd one.
Is that the 3rd one? 3rd one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's only with Bane. She's not in the 2nd one.
You're right.
Are you done?
No.
Are you done?
No.
Not yet. Okay, keep going. Go ahead.
No, I'll let you go. I'll let you go because
Yes, the Joker is the best part of that movie, but other than that, it is crap. People cap for Christian Bale as Batman, and he's horrible. His voice takes you out right away. Like, I'm Batman. Like, what the? Okay, garbage. Now, Brandman said it earlier. Why the hell didn't you just blame it on the Joker? That's all they had to do. They did not have to make Batman the villain. You could have blamed it on the Joker. Oh, well, Joker wasn't. Who cares? They're cops. They could have made up any kind of story. People would have
Oh,
believed
so that's
it.
you'll spritz some
Joker
crack
did it.
around them. Just spritz some crack on them and say he did it.
100%.
It's too real life now. Not getting to real life. Okay, I understand what
100%. You know what I mean?
That's what Jonathan Majors had to go through right there.
I have to do his impression of M'Baku.
Are you done?
Are you done?
I've said it all the time. Some of the Joker's plot on the boat was all convenience, right? Because he didn't know if they were going to press the bomb or anything like that. So those are the things that I just, for me, I don't want to see superhero movies that are grounded in reality. I want to see the science fiction. I want to see Superman doing Superman stuff, Batman doing stuff.
He's Batman. He's not a superhero. Nothing about Batman is superhero. Like Batman himself is grounded in reality because he has
one grounded
power.
character.
So
it would be Batman.
Yes, if you could do one,
if you do a grounded Superman, I would be like, what the fuck? That's stupid.
Right, he could be one. I don't want to see that though, right? I want to see the Batman that beat Superman, you know what I mean, and had him by his neck and told him, "Remember, you lost to this human." Right?
Yes, that's stupid because Superman doesn't need to do that. Superman
I don't care if it's stupid. It was fucking fire.
That's why that's a terrible movie. Batman vs Superman is a stupid movie because the movie shouldn't even been a movie. It should have been no time. It should have been like, oh really? You think that? I'm going to kill you from 1,000 miles away.
Yeah,
like,
I was talking about the animation one.
He's fighting Superman, not Zod. Zod would do that. Superman has too much morality to
okay, they just melt his the thing he had on him, just melt it into the ground and not let him move. He can't do it. He can't.
Batman.
Because it wasn't like infused with like kryptonite or some shit. It was like
the suit, the suit, not the metal. But he had kryptonite, other stuff. But it just, I thought that it was the whole concept.
Brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles, and he had the sword. The concept of the movie is stupid to me. Batman versus Superman is just stupid. You know,
but I was talking about the animation.
Okay,
I think it's the Dark Knight animation. That's what I was talking about.
I'm not going to talk about animation with Batman because that's one. Yeah.
Okay. That's the one I was talking about. Right? That's the type of Batman I want to see, right? Batman is a tactician, right? And in this one, he wouldn't have fell for that trick the Joker did, right? Whether it was the girl in the cartoon or in the comic, he would have known. He would have been one step ahead of the Joker. But obviously in the movie, I guess he's not. I just don't.
But isn't that the whole thing about the Joker? Because the Joker is the one person that can fight, that can think on Batman's level. He's the only one. That's what makes them so perfect for each other. He's the only person that's ever done it.
Batman. You know, this version of Batman didn't understand why the Joker was doing what he did until afterwards, like, because he's crazy. He's just a bad guy to do bad guy shit. You know, so, but that's why this Batman was different than any other Batman. You know, like he's early on, but still has some experience because he was part of the Assassins. It was a weird, not a weird. I guess it was a weird take on Batman and Bruce Wayne. Which wasn't bad. I didn't hate it, but
by Dark Knight, he's been doing Batman for a few years now, right? I'm not sure how long.
He was like a year in between Batman Begins and the Dark Knight.
Okay.
He was about a year in, and then of course there's like that 8-year gap in between the second and third movie. So technically, he was only Batman for roughly like a year and a half, going by the movie's timeline.
Yeah,
and you guys didn't really like the third one, so we don't have to get into that.
No, we don't have to argue that one.
No, we don't have to do that.
Right?
We don't have to do that.
I'm only I like the first one. I like the third one. I don't watch them all the time, but the second one for me is like that's all I really watch. Yeah,
I think that's the only one I say that's the top of all these superhero movies. That's the top of everything. Like my favorite one is Logan. Yo, that's my favorite, but Dark Knight is right there. That's it. But Batman Begins, I'm not going to argue with you. Dark Knight Rises, I'm not going to argue with you because I feel like there's too many problems within. If you like a Batman fan, if you really dive into it, there's too many issues. There's too many things they should have done that they didn't. You just
with both of them, right? But I can see why everybody likes Dark Knight. Like I can see it. Joker kills that role. Still, Jack Nicholson is the best Joker, but Heath Ledger.
I'm not gonna argue with that either because I love the original Batman.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the original Batman helped make the genre what it is today. It was like one of the first like ones that people like started taking the comic book genre kind of seriously. Until like the late '90s when stuff like Batman and Robin and Steel kind of messed it up. But I digress.
Yeah, but even that the Nicholson Joker is like a brand new take on Joker. Like that wasn't like any of the comic books or anything. I mean, now they revamped or retcon Joker so many times that they made it kind of. But at the time, that was like all
unheard
new.
of.
Yeah, you know, he was a gangster first, and then he did this, and then that happened. It's like they made a backstory for Joker, kind of, and everyone liked it. So,
and you see, I didn't mind
Jack Nicholson. Yeah, and Jack Nicholson was essentially doing his Jack Nicholson thing, just like amped up to a 100. Right. It worked.
And I think he's more kind of comic book '80s accurate Joker. You know what I mean? And I get Ledger went with a darker tone with the Joker, which worked. It did work. You know what I mean? But for me, like that's the best part of that movie. Take that out, and it's just
he's so much of the movie. Like, that's like 40% of the movie is just Heath Ledger being awesome. Like that's a huge part of it. So if you enjoy any other parts, if you enjoy the Harvey Dent, him becoming Two-Face, like if you enjoy any of that, if you enjoy anything about Batman or what he's done or the toys or anything he did with Lucius, I mean, if you enjoy any of those things, then the movie becomes a good movie just in itself.
See, for me personally, Christian Bale is just like
one.
It's Christian Bale. Okay,
I can't do it no more. You know what I mean? That's why I don't like the Batman. I don't like that one either. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Really?
Joker. Didn't like that one either.
I don't like Joker either. That's not for me.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, I liked it, but it was also like I just feel like this shouldn't be a movie. This shouldn't be a story told. Because it kind of glorifies like the evil, fucked up shit. And I was like, I don't want to feel sorry for a maniac.
It was essentially Taxi Driver just repackaged as a joke.
You said it before.
That's what I said. It felt like they had a script for a movie and said, you know what, this might make a good Joker movie. And they did little tweaks and boom, you got the Joker. I feel that's how it was,
You know what though? Well, Brian and Tank, you guys know this. I absolutely love the Batman, though. It's probably my favorite live action Batman movie. I love it. I love the whole like grim detective noir vibe. I love the way Gotham looked. I just really, really enjoyed it. I really liked Robert Pattinson's take on a younger Batman. It was a lot different than other things we've seen in that regard. I just thought it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more world building with that. I'm looking forward to the Penguin series and the Batman Part 2. However many more they make, I will watch. But I really like the Batman. Hey,
but you see what's funny? I can understand if you like the Nolan movies, why you would like that, right? And I guess if you can understand that I don't like those grounded in reality type movies, you can understand why I didn't like it either, right? For me, I'm just like, no, I want to see like superhero stuff. It felt like it was things that anybody could have done. Like Don Toretto could have been doing the stuff that they were doing in the movie. And that's not what I want to see.
Yeah, that's right. But understand me, I've always said that I don't see Batman as a superhero. I feel like he's a hero because he's the dude. Like he's just a guy. He's a great detective. He's probably the smartest of all the heroes, but there's nothing super about him. So that's why like he's one of my favorite comic book characters, but there's nothing about him that makes him super. So besides his planning and the fact that he's just totally crazy,
I think what elevates Batman to like the level of like these other people are the other people. It's like Batman becomes more badass when he's around Superman, when he's around Wonder Woman, because somehow this normal dude can like stay up to par with those people. But when it's just Batman, even a lot of his stories, like the duo, was it the one that just came out with Joker?
Duo,
what was it called? Killer Duo? I don't know.
Killer Duo. This is
a Killer Duo. Where Batman and Joker kind of team up, but that's grounded. So it's like a lot of it is I don't mind grounded, but for Batman. That's the only person.
Batman's the only one because he doesn't have powers.
That might be why I'm not a big fan of Man of Steel, because it's kind of grounded until the end where it just destroys the entire fucking city. Which like what but if you try to do stuff like that with like Green Lantern or Superman or like other like Wonder Woman, like you can't really go crazy. Like even Wonder Woman was grounded with the first one, but also she's out there getting shot at and she's just like deflecting bullets. Like that's
she's part god. Like she's a god. Like that's what she is. She's from Olympus.
To me, I like, as we're talking, I'm like, the only time Batman has been that superhero like character is when he's around the superheroes. Otherwise he's a detective doing detective stuff.
Even then I feel like the only thing that's super rare about him is about him bringing together the other superheroes. He's the glue guy, but he's not the guy. He can't be the guy because at any point in time they could turn around and just kill him. Whoops, my bad. I didn't mean to. Laser vision accidentally went through your body. My bad. Like I accidentally froze your hand to get with my breath. Like he's not on that level. He just not.
I say it all the time. Like if they really if Superman really wanted to kill Batman, he could kill Batman. And he'll fly up in space and laser beam him from space. There's nothing Batman could do about it, right? There's so much things he could do to kill Batman. So I understand that, but I want like the comic book and cartoon Batman. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like Ben Affleck's Batman, because I thought he was really good. And I that's the Batman I wanted to see. So
I see. And a good. I was watching a few of the older cartoons, not the animated, but like the movies. I believe it was Doom, where they all start getting killed. And stuff like that.
Batman had all the contingency plans.
And at the very end, they decide to like kick him out and he quits or whatever. Spoiler, I guess. But Superman went up to him and he goes, "You had a plan for all of us. Well, what about you?" And he goes, "You are the plan. It's like, so Superman's like, you're the plan if I go out. Like, dude, you're like the only person that can kill me. Because you could do shit like go in outer space and shoot like a laser beam from space.
He doesn't even have to do that. He could just grab him by his cape and just take him into space and leave him in space. You see, Superman lost. Superman can fly through space for light years, like and live on one single breath. Like that's what he could do.
Yeah. So here you go. So we got Anzo here. Danny said, "Did y'all like the Batman? I'm ready to see the Batman 2. I didn't care for the version of the Riddler."
I already said I absolutely love the Batman. That version of the Riddler, he was okay. He was like a basement incel, basically, essentially. But I was fine with that version. I think I liked the supporting. I think I liked the Penguin more. Really, Colin Farrell made like every second of his brief screen time count. So I'm excited that he's getting the show, and basically see his rise to power. I just really enjoyed that movie. Like, even though it did feel like grounded down on like the Nolan movies, I liked how stylized. Like I said, it felt like with the exaggerated prosthetics with Colin Farrell. I think it had my favorite live action Gotham. The Nolan Gotham just looked like any generic Nolan city.
That's because you live in Chicago.
That's because you know what Chicago is.
You look out your window, it's Gotham.
Like,
that too. But like for me personally, feel free to feel different about this. But like for me, every Nolan city, they all just look very interchangeable to me.
Because it's always Toronto.
But I know what you're saying, because the Batman, like the city, almost played a character in it. Like
the city, it felt Gotham felt like a character, which I haven't really been able to say about too many of the live action Gothams.
I definitely hear you.
Yeah, and I just really liked. What's going on, Jason? I just really liked Pattinson's take on the role. Like, I liked how he was in Batman mode, like basically the entire movie. I thought it was great. But yeah, I could watch that one over and over and over. You know, saw it in the theater 4 times. So.
Pattinson's definitely better than Christian Bale. I give you that one. Oh my Lord! Hey, listen,
I
put George Clooney and Val
because
Kilmer over Christian Bale.
Wow!
Oh man,
you're wrong.
Yep,
because you know it's two sides. Batman is
that's
both.
crazy.
Yeah, it's 2 parts to Batman, and Pattinson doesn't only have 1 part, so that's why I can't put him over anybody. He's only 1 part. Here's the other thing. I thought that to be a great superhero movie, a great comic book movie, you need to have a great villain, and the villain was suspect at best. So that's why, like, when I say it's my third favorite movie. That's not really saying horrible. Like, I'm still saying, the original Batman, 89 is better. The Dark Knight Rises is better, and then the Batman is third. It's like, I'm not saying it's awful, but I'm just saying it's when you don't have a great villain, it always you take a little check mark from me. It's like, oh yeah, not the great villain. When the other 2 movies, great villains, that's you lose a little bit for me.
And that's why I think I'm gonna have a problem with part 2, because it's supposed to be Clayface, but it's a human Clayface. It's not the Clayface the most popular one, and that's gonna be.
I really hope not. I hope Matt Reeves just kind of presses forward with more of, because he's going for like that kind of detective noir take. So I hope it's maybe like Hush or Scarface or something. I think would be
Hush
a better
would be
fit.
perfect.
Hush is what you should be doing. That's what it should be, but it's supposed to be Clayface.
Yeah. I don't know how well that would fit. That kind of Clayface, a more kind of out there, kind of very fictional villain would almost be a better fit in what James Gunn seems to be going for his more comic book rooted universe, and kind of embracing those elements. Clayface, we'll see. I kind of hope it's not true, and he just kind of goes more with something that kind of feels more organic to his kind of Elseworlds universe, and because he still said it's going to be like a crime noir. So keep running with that. Keep getting villains that fit into that. Like I said, Hush would be good. Scarface would be good. Maybe Victor Zsasz, even though he might be a little too similar to what Riddler was doing, with essentially being like the Zodiac killer type villain. But you really have to be careful with what villains you use when you have that specific vision and what's the other word? When vision, I guess I'll use, because I can't think of any other word right now.
Sure. I mean, so like you're saying, like Clayface can definitely carry a noir film. If they do human, I mean, I don't see, like, obviously he's not gonna have that look. Maybe he'll just be like muddy, but I can see him just turning into like other characters, almost like just like a Mystique, kind of thing. It's like, that's not really what I want. At least with Hush would make sense, because we haven't seen the Bruce Wayne part of the Batman yet, and Hush can come in as like, oh, Batman's doing shit, but hey, here's this guy that looks like Bruce Wayne. It's like, but everyone thinks it's Bruce Wayne. I think they can definitely go that route and then make that like,
and make Pattinson become more Bruce Wayne, and then make him a more well-rounded Batman overall. And now I'm going to say, okay, now you're Batman. Now you've made sense. So
that would make more sense. But I could see them doing the Clayface thing, the Hush thing with Clayface though. What do you think about that?
Doing both?
Well, just the Hush storyline, but with Clayface. Yeah,
maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I never want to see Hush in anything. Really? I mean, that's why he's a kind of a basic character. He just takes Bruce Wayne's face. But I guess you could take that storyline and put Clayface in it like pretty easily, like to do shapeshifts. So yeah.
It's hard, but if he's a human, I don't know how that's going to work.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, once you become a human, and he's just like using masks.
Well, no, like in the cartoon, he was able to like just literally transform, but they
say he's human thing. So that would not be human then.
Well, Clayface is human. Just you got what was it? He fell in like
He's a
toxic
mutant,
mud or some shit.
Yeah.
Some
But
type
they
of
ain't gonna have any
idea.
of that in this, right? It's just gonna be. I heard from.
He's just a
I guess in the
dude.
original
Just a
comic, it was
dude.
a regular dude. Yeah.
That's able
So
to
he doesn't even have
rip off a
powers.
mask. He has he's a way to put different faces on, but he's not really transforming.
So you're just doing Hush. So it's like do Hush at that point. Yeah. If it's just a human dude, without powers or anything, maybe not. But
yeah.
As strong as Superman and Wonder Woman, they aren't as smart as Batman. He plans 5-6 moves ahead of everyone. That's why he can hold his own against more powerful opponents. Brain beats brawn. Yeah.
Brains do beat brawn unless you get lasered.
You just get a mirror.
Or accident.
Get a mirror. Bam.
Yeah, but it's not going to hurt them. They're like
freeze breath. Freeze.
Yeah, it's like
no.
You know what I mean?
Like done.
Yeah. But I mean, they always have like where was it? Like up here, like Batman in the Apocalypse War animated, Darkseid used him as a general over his armies. Batman tactically and intellect is second to none. Which is true.
That's not. You're not going to hear me argue about that. That's the only thing that makes him be so great. He is so smart. He's so much smarter than everyone, and he's ruthless.
I believe what was it? Which animated film? It was one with Apocalypse where they were trying to get Supergirl back, and Batman wind up like rigging up the whole planet to explode, and he like stole the code from Apocalypse, and like he had like the detonator, and Apocalypse like busts him through a wall. He's like barely holding on to life, and he's like, "You won't do it," and he's like, "Oh shit, you will do it because you're not Superman. Like you're Batman. You don't fuck around." It was like the dude like to Apocalypse. Like Apocalypse was like, "All right, I'm not gonna mess around with you, dude." Like he backed off to Batman. That's crazy.
And not because he can't beat him, he could kill him, but Batman always has a plan.
Yeah. I thought that was super smart. That was a great movie.
If you look at the Nolan movies, do you think that Batman from the Nolan movies is as good as the one we've been seeing? No, right?
No,
absolutely not.
Not even as smart.
Yeah, but the storyline is good. I think he was very, very I don't know, just disconnected and he was self-absorbed, and that's not usually what Batman is. Batman's usually thinking about the whole big picture all the time, and that's not what we were getting in there. So, but does it make for a great storyline? Yeah, it makes for a great storyline, and all the villains made it work really well too. So,
yeah. Nolan was going for more of a kind of rooted in reality take. With the character, even with him like not wanting to do it forever, as opposed to the comics where Batman's obsessive to the point where he's trained little kids to like carry on his legacy, because he's that just obsessive. But he definitely toned the Batman from the comics down in pretty much every sense of the word, and he even. I almost kind of thought he felt like a non-presence in the Dark Knight, and the villains kind of took more, and the supporting characters like Harvey Dent took more center stage, which is appropriate if you've ever read a Batman comic, because there are a lot of times where the villains or supporting characters are more centralized than Batman himself. So I did appreciate that. It didn't do any favors for Christian Bale as an actor, but it is what it is. I thought Christian Bale did fine for that take on Batman, and I do like that. The third movie, he kind of got to be more of a presence and more of the main character in the third movie than he was in the second. Hence what I was mentioning with him kind of bringing things full circle with The Dark Knight Rises is one of the things I actually did appreciate about it.
You know what I don't like about Dark Knight Rises? He's
like,
he broke my back.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean he broke his back? Spinal, all of it. broken. Like he's like, it's like watching Mike Tyson. Like I don't understand. Like you're Batman. You didn't have me playing for this.
I hate the Tumblr. I hate the Tumblr. I
The
don't
Tumblr?
like the Tumblr. Yes, I hate it. I think it's garbage. It's not a Batmobile.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I
like when the
like
little
it.
motorcycle popped out of it.
That was cool.
I liked it.
Right?
I liked the motorcycle. I didn't like the Tumblr, and I don't even think I liked the bat.
Neither
What a
did I,
lazy name for
Yeah.
it. Too.
Yeah, I didn't. That was stupid. That was stupid too. It was okay, but it was just something. Oh, it's just regular plane jet thingy. Like it didn't look anything special. But I mean, still to me, the Keaton Batmobile is the best.
Yeah,
like it just looks like the animated one. It just fucking
with the fire out the back and everything, and
it's shooting grappling hooks and shit. It got like a steel cover that comes over.
Even the Batjet was fire in the Keaton one too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, yo, this is tight.
So I saw this. Travis said, so my best to least live action Batman is Ben #1, Kilmer, Pattinson, Bale, Clooney, and then Keaton is on the bottom.
Wow.
Hot take.
Like if you only seen the Flash Keaton, like what?
Shots
I was about
fired.
to say good list, and then I was like, no, wait a minute, Keaton's on the bottom there. No.
I think Keaton is #1. And then I think Affleck as Batman makes the most sense. Like he should be #2, and then we should have got a great movie out of him. Just a solo movie with him.
I thought he was
so good.
I thought he was a good Batman who was just saddled with bad content. But
I mean,
but if you could have ran with him, dude.
Oh yeah.
He's so good. You believe him being older, you believe him being smart, you believe him being able to figure stuff out and playing everyone like chess. Batman is doing all this crazy stuff and being little. Bro, you're not pushing through walls and being 5'4" and 110 pounds. That's not happening. But if you're 6'4", 230, 240, maybe like it all of it made more sense when you saw Ben put on the bat suit. I put Kilmer way down on my list.
He's probably my bottom.
Yeah,
absolute bottom.
I put Clooney at the bottom, Kilmer right after that, then Bale, Pattinson, and then Ben and Keaton. Keaton is 1.
I'm good with
Keaton
that.
Is 1, and I put Keaton 1 just because we didn't get enough of Ben. You know what I mean? Maybe if he had a solo movie or two, then I could be like, oh yeah, okay, he's the Batman. But because we didn't get that, he doesn't beat out Keaton. Yeah, but Keaton's #1, Ben's #2. I'm gonna go with Kilmer, Clooney, Pattinson, and Bale.
I'll always be let down that we never got that Affleck directed solo film. It sounded awesome, like it could have been awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say probably Keaton, Pattinson, Affleck, Bale, Kilmer, and then Clooney. I didn't mind Val Kilmer though. I thought his performance as Batman, Think What You Will of Batman Forever. I thought he was fine as Batman.
The cow.
Guilty pleasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Batman Forever.
I mean, the villains definitely made that one a fun movie.
Yeah, like Jim Carrey was like at the peak of his career after Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I mean, you had Drew Barrymore was in it.
Arnold,
Tommy Lee Jones. No, that was the
Freeze one. That was the Freeze one. Yeah,
and Jim Carrey as Riddler. I mean, I'm like, and I forgot who played the Salt and Pepper chick or whatever they were, Sugar and Spice. Whatever.
Debbie Mazar.
There you go. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a killer cast of like evil guys, and then you introduce Robin, Dick Grayson in a pretty okay way.
It was an all right movie.
Pattinson in front of Ben Affleck, knowing that Pattinson can't be Bruce Wayne. You're not Bruce Wayne. So like, how can I put him in front of Ben Affleck, who did a great Bruce Wayne and a great Batman? So that's why I think Affleck has to be higher on the list because he just makes more sense. And he did both parts great. Just like Michael Keaton did both parts great.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more Pattinson he might move up to. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
Again, I didn't hate him. I can't lie. I didn't hate him as Batman. I'm like, okay, he's pretty good. Like
he
I
was
said,
good,
but you got to see more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that they did something different because, Bruce Wayne and Batman in the live action movies are very much two separate personalities, and I just like the idea of him being that obsessive. Because he was that traumatized by what happened with his parents that he was just in 24/7 obsessive Batman mode. I thought it was a nice little breath of fresh air to see.
Yeah, but that's something like a kid does.
Yeah, that's a child.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about Bruce Wayne as a young man.
Yeah, that's why.
I can't put him as Batman though, because
what was that? I'm sorry.
Whole thing.
No, it could be part of his growth, right? The next movie, it's a little bit more, and that's how they grow him throughout the series. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
and then he'll be able to go up the list. But until he has the full part of Batman, I can't give him a higher on the list because he's not all Batman yet. Eventually he has ability to get there, and he has a size. It makes sense. He did the part justice, but I think you have to be the whole thing.
Yeah, I think if we got more Ben, he'll probably be higher. Like I know, like Anzo said that. Pattinson right now, sorry, my cat turned off the comment. Pattinson has the most potential to beat Keaton, in my opinion, depending on where they go with him in the next movie or two. You would have to do a great.
He needs all three movies. He would have to do 3
movies.
Need
a trilogy, and it would need to be done like really great. And he would need like an actual villain. Like Riddler was okay, whatever, but you need a Joker to put you on that level. Same thing. So yeah. But Pattinson, I think in the next one, I think we see a lot more Bruce Wayne. I think we see a better Batsuit too.
Yeah, no.
The Joker scenes that they cut out, I'm like, I don't know if I'm feeling that Joker. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know if I want that as the Joker, unless they do something amazing with them. But at the same time, when you're talking Joker, you gotta think Heath Ledger, you gotta think Jack Nicholson. So you can't just come with no weak Joker. It has to be strong.
But what you could have done is have that him in Arkham Asylum, and then you use the video game type of stuff for the movie, and show that he is not just a genius, also of a villain, but he gets other people to do other stuff. He throws other villains at him. He galvanizes everybody, and then at the end, he's like the final boss. And then at the end of the movie, he doesn't lose; they just have a stalemate, and that makes a great villain, and that will make a great movie too. Man, I love that.
I mean, it would have to be the second one though, because you can't end a trilogy like that.
I know that. That's why I feel like you have to. Like you can have Clayface, you could do the Hush thing, but you need to have Joker be in the background doing this stuff.
Yeah. I'm curious to see, if the Joker stays in Arkham, if they're going to make him more of a presence, in one of the next movies. I'd be fine with him kind of being a background figure and just kind of doing other villains, because there's more than enough Batman villains that you could go with. But I'm sure, we'll continue to see the Joker in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
I just don't know if you can ever be on the level you want to be on without having the greatness of the
you would
Joker.
have. I think if you end it with Joker, that would be a great ending. Where
I was always in the background throwing these people at you the entire time.
Yeah. But I'm kind of kind of agree with Anzo. Like, I don't want to see that Joker going forward, but I did like that scene. I thought it was a really interesting scene, but I don't want to see Heath Ledger 2.0. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to see more like animated series, like kind of one. But
the Clown Prince of Crime, right?
Yeah. Or you said the only Ben Affleck when he plays sleazy characters are losers, which is why he was casting Gone Girl. Dude just got that fired. And I just Danny said, y'all need to stop this. Keaton Batman could not lift Joker in the air like he did. Keaton had zero muscle. Come on, stop trolling. Y'all caused me to stop watching. Damn.
Hater. He's professional. He's professional.
Ben is number one. Keaton Batman in the Flash movie was better than the original Keaton Batman. Stop This Man. Yeah, but
no, he was not. He was
I don't
not
know
better
what
in
you're
the
talking
Flash
about.
movie.
it was a good, I think, ending to it, but that wasn't like Batman. That was Batman like that was done being Batman and one last hurrah, which was cool. I didn't mind it, but Batman 1 and 2 are still, you know, or Batman 1 and Batman Returns, whatever. Like those are still freaking awesome. But I would say with Ben, if they would have done World's Finest instead of Batman versus Superman, I think that would have been a better movie. And
that's what
I know
should have happened
like,
from the beginning.
Because I'm like, why are you putting them against each other? You should have had them go against each other in a friendly way, but they had to team up to take down the bad guy. Instead, you did that, but in a way that made no sense in the Batman versus Superman storyline. Exactly. You know, and it's like, what are we doing? You know, like they should like, I don't know, like he took aspects of the World's Finest because they had to know each other, but then he just kind of like stole like, oh, he's smart and rich, so he knows who you are. Oh, well, he can just you know, see through your mask. So it was like cool. So at World's Finest, but then you just take that and insert it in what he did. I was like, man, I didn't like.
Could have did Public Enemies. You could have did so much stuff with a, you know what I mean. You didn't have to go this route, and it just kind of like,
like you skipped all the fun parts and jumped right to the end. But but it's only the beginning. So it's like, what are you doing? You're telling one of the greatest end stories for Batman and Superman as the first one. It was like wow, yeah. So, but Ben had potential, man. He had a lot of potential. If we got at least one more movie, man.
I blame Snyder.
Yeah. And I remember when he was cast, the outrage was going bananas. I was like, no.
Oh man, it was insane.
I was like, he's a good actor. You guys got to give him a chance. Everybody, no, you're crazy. You're crazy. I was like, all right, you'll see.
Yeah. But I don't hate the idea of Joker not every being a full-on villain, simply a Lecter-esque character with his own motive that maybe aligns with Bruce's at some point down the line.
That would be cool.
You know, but that would be like a universe thing, not just like a trilogy. I don't know how long they plan on doing the Batman for. I thought they were just doing a trilogy, right?
Just 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I understood, but because I'm sure he wants to, like, James Gunn's like, cool, it made a lot of money. I get you need to make more, but am I in charge? Am I not in charge? But we'll see.
3 movies too many, but all right, I see what you're doing. It's okay. Get out. Don't touch superhero movies again. You and Nolan could go make Oppenheimer 2 or whatever you want to make, but just stay away from
Oppenheimer 2. This time, you're for real.
Yeah.
and Taika Waititi too. He's another one. Stay with
Taika.
Oh god.
You know what
I mean?
Those Batman fight scenes in the Flash were fire. Keaton killed it. The only good thing in the Flash. Yeah, I mean, not the Supergirl was pretty dope. I like.
Yeah, I love Supergirl. Oh,
I thought she was a good portrayal of it, and interesting. But Batman was probably the best part of it, and then Supergirl's like right there because the whole Flash part of it was stupid.
Yeah.
I did not like it at all. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I'll be curious to see. I haven't seen this new animated one, the Infinite Crisis.
I know
it. Did you watch it? How'd you like it?
Oh man, it was confusing. It confused the hell out of me at certain
It's only a part 1 of 3, so
yeah.
So
I do not like the animation style of these new animated DC movies.
Which is weird because they've always been the best.
Yeah, they used to be awesome, and now it looks like Archer or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Oh, you're not wrong.
I didn't like it. I didn't like.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like the animation of it too much too, but it's not bad. It's just I don't want to spoil it, but you guys watch it and tell me because I was just like, okay, what's going on here? What's that? Where are we? So that's the problem that I had with it. But.
It's on my. I didn't know it already came out, so I was like, oh shit. So it's on my list to watch, like for sure. Probably watch it tomorrow. But because I usually like the animated stuff. What was that?
I gotta wait till Wednesday to watch it because
you're busy. No, but yeah, I'm gonna check that one out because, like you said, I like it. I'm not a fan of the newer animation, like you said, either. That last Superman movie, what was that one called? I forgot whatever it was, but that one was in. I didn't care for the animation style. I didn't like how
Tomorrow.
Man of Tomorrow.
Oh, Man of Tomorrow, I did not like it at all.
I like the movie, but I didn't like the
movie.
I didn't like the animation. Like, it took me a while to really like look past the animation, and seeing the trailer for Infinite Crisis, I was like, all right, this is the look we're going with. Like, you should have kept the New 52 look. Like, at least it looked sharp and crisp and good, you know. So, but
agreed.
Yeah, I say they said, is that the ones where they turn into kids?
Which one? Because I never seen that one. I never seen one where they turn into kids.
Not an animated one. There might be a TV show, probably, because you know DC and Warner Brothers did a lot. But
yeah, if you're asking, there's a new one, Crisis on Infinite Earth, if that's what you're talking about. Or if your other one is Superman Man of Tomorrow, it's right after Apocalypse War where they reverse it.
Yeah. See, I like that. It's like there's like a kind of a storyline in the animation universe. You know, it's like, because after the Apocalypse War one, or Flash restarts everything, and then now we have the new stuff, which is kind of cool. I don't mind it, but I wish they kept
smart way to do a soft reboot.
The one where they turn into kids. Wasn't that an episode of Justice League?
So that's why I'm like, I've seen that before.
I cannot remember. I'm literally trying to rack my brain. I'm going through it right now.
The best one is Apocalypse War. Yeah, that one's good. I like the was it the Dark League or whatever it was called with
Justice League Dark. John Constantine.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
That was awesome.
All of those were really awesome, man.
I loved Batman Under the Red Hood. It's like one of my favorite Batman movies just as a whole. But yeah, I like Justice League Dark. Anything John Constantine, he's one of my favorite DC characters.
Such a douche.
I know. Fun fact, I think during my angsty teenage phase of my late teenage years, John Constantine almost inspired me to pick up smoking. Thankfully I didn't.
Brandman's just sitting there with
a British accent,
a trench coat, got some cigarettes.
The tie, everything.
There you go. No.
Master Phantasm is still my favorite. I don't care.
Oh,
Master Phantasm is awesome.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, like some of the newer stuff just hasn't been. The animation's just way too distracting for me. But like a lot of the new 52 style animation, I overheard you guys talking about that. I really like. I loved. I really like Green Lantern First Flight. That's like one of my favorite ones. I liked like a lot of the Justice League stuff. They just absolutely crushed it with. Thought pretty much all the voice acting was on point. Like freaking Jerry O'Connell was voicing Superman for a while, and he absolutely killed it. I thought. Yeah, like I have to pull some of this one up on Disney Plus over the next couple of days, or HBO Max. I'm sorry,
HBO Max. Max has all this stuff. Yeah.
Well, and I thought to an extent, like the guys behind the animated DC universe for a while, I was like, just put them in charge of a live action universe.
Facts.
No, for 20 years, it was the best thing. It was by far the best thing that anyone did. It was all from DC. Animation was just great movies, banger after banger after banger. There's like 8 or 9 movies in a row that are just unbelievably great.
Yep. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, if you don't want to put them in charge, at least, talk to them. Go there and say, hey, what you guys are doing. You know what I mean? How can we get our universe to do this? What stories should we use? And boom, could have did that. But no, they just wanted to do Zack Snyder's own thing. And I mean, I don't mind the darker take on it. It's just that it just didn't hit. You know what I mean? It's just none of it hit.
Yeah, no, I would have hated the whole storyline that he was going to go with. I know it.
Oh, yeah.
I would have hated it.
If they would have really let him do that with the Batman and Lois thing, that would have been horrible.
I would have been furious.
Yeah, that would have been stupid. Yeah,
and I think a lot of fans would probably got mad. You know what I mean? like legit, but they don't. They just see like, oh, we didn't get what we wanted, so now we're angry. But I was like, you don't like. You saw what was down the pipeline.
Want that?
What do you like? Yeah, especially like the crowd that is like, oh, I hate that they're changing the comic books. I was like, they're gonna do all this like weird shit,
stuff that has nothing based in comic book lore at all.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't a big fan of stuff like that. That's why I'm rooting for James Gunn in some of his stuff. I know we always talk about like he should have kept his mouth quiet for until probably like now. Right now is when he should be making his announcement.
He should be releasing all the crap right now, right before. Right now, like why was he talking for?
He was 1 year.
Months? 1 year. I'd be like just focus on the and the announcements was fine, but like the engaging of the of like naysayers and stuff online, just cook, dude.
How much money they made with these movies that dropped? I mean, how much money did they lose because of him opening his damn mouth?
And Aquaman 2 wasn't bad. I was like, hey, this movie's pretty good.
It was fun.
It was fun.
So if you didn't say nothing, it probably would have made a lot more money than it made. And he just wanted to come out. This is what we have, and everything that they had planned, Blue Beetle, all of them were doomed to fail. The minute he did that, they were doomed to fail. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Well, here, since we're talking about some of this like upcoming stuff, let me share the screen because there's a few really small, a few like casting stuff they're talking about. So like Supergirl, there's a few Supergirl castings. Emily Jones, Millie Alcock, and Meg Donnelly.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
No, I can see any of those. I think Millie Alcock would be a good answer because of the prosperity and how well House of Flying Dragons did. Like, you can kind of ride on that tail on the coast, and it kind of
exactly what it's exactly what I was getting ready to say. She already has that in, just due to the goodwill she's garnered with House of the Dragon. So I feel like it'll be her.
Makes sense.
Although if I had my way, I'd probably get Kiernan Shipka. I know she's not a candidate, obviously. Kiernan Shipka from Totally Killer and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. She would probably be who I'd go with. But any of these would be fine.
Yeah.
Any of them
ones, but I know Millie was, like you said, House of Dragon WB, so she's already kind of like familiar with the studio, so I could see that being a thing.
Yeah,
and I mean, and she was a huge star, all the success that you already got. So you just ride off, and then you do season 2, and it blows up and does all this stuff, and then you have her, and people that are her fans will come into something that you don't won't necessarily come to. So I think that's smarter.
What do you think? You got anybody, or is like whatever, Anzo?
I don't really do the fan casting stuff or the casting so I just like to see who you pick. The blonde hair one looks like she could do the job. I think they'd all have kind of the look for Supergirl, so I'd be okay with either one of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Derpy's in chat. He's saying Meg, not Millie. For me, Meg was a Disney star. Yep. So I think they're all pretty close in age too. So
yeah.
So it's not too out of I'll go with the youngest one. I think they're all obviously pretty young. But yeah, I'm okay with either of them or either all three of them, whatever. So, but
I just hope James Gunn. I just hope James Gunn knocks it out the park. That's all.
Yes, he needs to. But this is definitely one of the more popular storylines that he's gonna go with. Which one is it? Supergirl, where she sees her planet. I forget what it was called. I just picked up like the comic books for it too. Woman of Tomorrow. It's right there. So it's a very popular storyline, if not one of the most popular one that Supergirl has. So I think they could do a good job with it.
It just has to be really good. It really does.
Yeah. But if you're going like looks according to who's casted as Superman, I would go with this one back here. I think because you want their family, so you don't want somewhat similar attributes. I think looks way too different. She looks way too different. She looks more like the what is his name? Something Corn.
David Cornsweet.
Yeah, there you go, David Cornsweet. So, but I mean,
you
give
can
them all
explain that
black
away.
hair or whatever.
You can explain that away, and you can also get darker or brunette, and it'll work just fine.
Yeah. So we got those. These are all potentials. This is also a rumor. This isn't anything like official from DC, but we do have something official from DC. We got was it Anya Coulter, whatever, from The Witcher.
Kalatra?
Is that even Kalatra?
Yeah.
Kalatra. So she is Yennefer. Obviously, everyone freaking loves this character from The Witcher. She's casted as was it Cersei in the James Gunn Creature Commandos. So, which I think is another witch. If I'm wrong, I'm not sure what's exactly up with Cersei, but I think she's some kind of witch or some shit. But could be wrong.
I know nothing about Creature Commandos at all.
I have no one does. I just let you say, okay.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
So maybe, I guess. All right.
So I mean, but they're getting a big actress from a popular show that everyone kind of loves.
So far, his casting has been pretty well. Like, I don't see anything that's like, no, that doesn't work for me. So I'm like, okay, good job. So once you start with the casting and it's pretty good, then I'm on board to be like, okay, maybe you know exactly what you're doing, what you're looking for, and you're gonna give us a banger. Shut these Snyder cultists up for a bit, please.
Cersei is a god-level sorceress known for being one of the most powerful sorcerers on Earth and has been for centuries. She has limitless magic. So yeah, so she's Yennefer. You made Yennefer. Yeah.
Just here, play the same character in DC. She's like, got it. He goes, can I have sex with Henry Cavill again? She goes, no, wrong Superman.
She's like, I'm out.
I'm out. But I thought it was good. I like her. She's interesting. I think she's really great at in The Witcher. I haven't seen too much of what else she does. But
she's been in other stuff.
But she's good. I liked her. So yeah, put her in another like skin tight dress and do magic shit. Like done. Like cool. I'm sold. So, but this is I believe it is official. James Gunn has casted that one. But yeah, I mean that's for some of the DC casting kind of stuff. I haven't seen too much else for DC because there's some other stuff for other shows.
Exactly. I don't want to talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
What up, Dre?
We got Dre Mac. What's up, Dre Mac?
What's going on, Dre?
What's going on, man? I watched his
last hour and a half about Batman.
But I watched Dre Mac's Abba and Preach like reaction to the whole Jonathan Majors thing, and it was he said you didn't watch it?
I watched it. I didn't like their take on it.
Oh no, they take it bad. They take bad. Abba and Preach they've become more reactionary as they gotten bigger, and I used to follow them like a while ago, and then it was like, okay, you're just because he even admits like, I didn't see the thing, but I'm going to talk about it. It was like,
what? Then why are you talking about it?
Clicks. That's it. It's clicks. But Dre Mac did something that like cracked me up where he compared him to like Bert and Ernie. Man, he almost had me choking, like legit. I was like eating like dinner, a late dinner or something, and watching that, and I was like.
I've been pretty sure they're usually on point. I usually agree with a lot of the stuff they say, but that take, I was like, nah, guys, you guys are on point on this one. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, man. Do anytime. Dre Mac's definitely a good channel to go check, and also Big Four Entertainment, also another channel. Make sure you guys go check out.
Now that you guys get back to your show and do your stuff, I just had an idea though. I wanted to run past you, right? I was thinking about Marvel's animation. What they should do is adapt all their comics to animation, right? So that you can get the Infinity Gauntlet the way it is. You get Age of Ultron. I think that would big up their animation side because they have been lapsing with DC forever. So I'm like, just
No,
take what
DC's
you
been
have.
whooping their ass.
Yeah, just take what
Mhm.
you have and all those good comics and storylines and adapt those. I think that's
Yeah.
what they should do.
I think they can now because I know back in the day it's like fucking Marvel was just selling everything. Like it was fucking garage sale. He's like, yeah, you take Spider-Man, you take this, so you take the animated, you take the film. So now that the House of Mouse is kind of bringing everything back together, and Kevin Feige's the dude, I think he might kind of do something like that. Where at
I
least
hope he
DC
does.
was always under Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So all the TV and film stuff was always Warner Brothers. So you have one place where they can all work together and do the cool shit.
But one thing I think about Marvel is that they never lost the animation stuff, right? Because if you notice, even when they didn't have Spider-Man, they could still make Spider-Man cartoons and everything. So they never really lost that animation part of it. And I'm like, listen, if
But
you
they
wanted
just
to
never had the
continue,
good storylines. But I think it kind of lends to the fact that they always had B-list characters. If we want to compare DC to Marvel, DC characters are just way better. That's just what it is. And now the storylines, we have years of storylines. You could do better storylines with these greater characters. Marvel, I mean, honestly, the animation was in dumps until we got more What If. This What If stuff has actually made Marvel relevant again and giving us the different storylines. But until then, I mean, come on, it's only DC when you talk about animation.
we got the X-Men coming out, right?
97.
That hopefully they don't ruin that one. And then if they do that well, then we can start building on, because I'm thinking like, okay, if you're doing the X-Men, give us some stories from the comic, right? Because that's what the cartoon did. They kind of switched them around a bit, but we got stories from the comic. That's what they need to do with this one.
You see my Wolverine, Magneto,
I was like, I should have never showed him because now Ashley's gonna message me. He's like, why
really?
are you making him buy more shit?
More boy stuff.
Anyways,
don't show him any more goodies.
Thank you for having me on. I thought you guys were going to come and try and wreck me, but I see we kind of had a common ground and you guys at least understood where I was coming from.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, man. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks,
man. You too, man. Thanks for joining
make sure
us.
you go check out Beekeeper Entertainment. He's part of like the OCCs on his own channel, Chaos Central, which we jump on every so often. So definitely go check out Beekeeper Entertainment.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate Hanzo coming in. Let's get into some of these other comments real quick. We got Derpy in the house. I'm reading it now. DC Infinite, it's pretty good. Okay. Is that pronounce that? Ty Stomp? I think that's how you pronounce it, right? But he said, I heard the Beekeeper is one of Statham's best in years. We're gonna get into that. Like
we're about to get into that right now.
Yeah, pretty soon.
I had a question for you guys before we go too far on that. How much do you think Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom has made so far?
Ooh,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I want to say like 250. High, really? 350? 4? No way. It went past 4?
No, it's at 375 right now.
Okay.
$375 million. And almost 265 of it is international.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's probably gonna get to like 450.
Yeah.
Which is crazy when you think about like that would be the best DC movie. and James Gunn sabotaged it. Imagine what you would have gotten if everyone shut the hell up. I just keep on saying you could have $500 million.
Yeah, more money. But I don't know. Dre Max said the only thing I don't like about What If is the style of animation. Other than that, it's cool.
Oh, I love the style of animation. I think that's one of the things that makes it.
It's different. It's kind of a hybrid. It feels like to me like a hybrid of like CGI and classic animation. It's kind of looks really good at times and it looks a little off at other times, but I'm okay with it. I like it.
It's like cell shaded animation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I'm very big into the Spider-Verse animation, so stuff like we get beginning for that. I think that animation style and meshing of all the animation styles is what you really should be doing.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh my god. If they do What If with the X-Men 97 somehow, game over. Game over. And then W say Creature Commando's rumored villain is that character Cersei, and they'll be on Dino Island. Okay, so
That
she'll be the
makes
bad guy. That'd be cool. I like that. So Ty Stomp said, do you think they'll be able to make a good Blade movie without Wesley Snipes?
Sure. As long as the script is up to par. It's not like all three Blade movies were great. Trinity was freaking horrible.
Yeah, but the best part of it was all Wesley Snipes. So I will say this. Yes, you can. I'm agreeing with Brandman saying, but you shouldn't. Some type of cameo, some respect should be made to Wesley Snipes. That's all.
Yeah. I want to see a cameo somehow. You get less money for the international growth since you have to split it. Oh, really? That makes sense. Probably. Yeah. Because I know like other countries have different like profit split
margins,
whatever like margins, shit like that. Like Disney Hong Kong, I think, I think Disney Hong Kong. They don't own the land. They like have a company. Yeah, I just found that out. So it's like they don't have to maintain the land because like the government, I believe, owns it or some third party. It's weird like that because how real estate works, in there. So yeah, I'm like, I'm like Disney doesn't own their own shit. It's like what?
That's crazy.
But that's also why that's considered like one of the best Disney parks is because they're able to like put more money into it because they don't have to maintain and buy the land. So, but that's how like some of these splitting stuff kind of goes. But and then Danny said, good point about Aquaman 2. The movie was not bad. I actually liked it better than the first one. The relationship between him and his brother was my favorite part. I agree.
No, they're so great together. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Everything you said. I liked it. Like it was fun. It was a fun movie. Even my girlfriend liked it, and she's not a big fan of the first one or any like the DC kind of stuff, but she had a good time with it. So
I love this song. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
which is why the rule of thumb is budget times 2.5 to be profitable. Yeah.
Brian doesn't want to recast Blade.
No, I have no problem recasting, but I just think he should be in the movie somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I think you should pay homage to someone who carried all of Marvel for you for years. Like he carried it all, like literally on his back. Mm-hmm. The reason we have any of these movies because he carried it on his back, and gave it to us. He's really part of the reason we got Black Panther. Like literally, we need to give him movies. Wesley Snipes is like we need to pay homage to him. That's all I'm asking. Not that he doesn't have to be Blade anymore. He's too old to be able to do all this stuff, the backflips and everything. I don't need that. We can have a new character to do it. I'm okay with that. But I definitely think we should say something about him. Hey, you got us here. That's what I want.
Yeah. So, sorry, skip that. There goes. That Mahershala Ali dude would make a horrible Blade. So right here, I'm gonna disagree. I think he's gonna be a good Blade. He's a great actor. He's a great actor. He was wasn't he was in Luke Cage?
Oh yeah,
he's
one of my favorite parts of Luke Cage.
Yeah, So is he gonna? I mean, he can probably put on some muscle. I can see that, no problem. But he's not gonna be Wesley Snipes like intimidating.
No,
but he could be more dark and menacing, intimidating. I can see him do some cool shit. Badass haircut. With a fucking sword. Like, yeah.
Do I think he's gonna be as cool as Wesley Snipes? I don't think anyone could be as cool as Wesley Snipes' Blade.
just as Wesley Snipes.
That's just what it is.
No, I think he'll put his own.
Wesley Snipes is like 178 years old. He came to get his haircut one time. I was like, "Hey, how old is Wesley Snipes?" Wesley Snipes is like, "Wesley Snipes 178. I promise you." Which is funny because Mahershala Ali's not that young either.
What were you gonna say, Brandon? Good.
No, Mahershala Ali will, he'll put his own spin on it. I don't. He's good enough of an actor where he can bring his own flavor to the role, which is important. There's only one Wesley Snipes, so I think he's good enough of an actor where he'll bring his own take to it, which you have to do that.
Mahershala Ali, 2-time Oscar winner. Yeah, he's good. He's good. I don't think he's ever played like a full-on action star yet, but usually when you're a good actor like the way he is, I think he could probably pull it off. I think he could pull it off. All depends on the director. I was more, I guess, happy that he was like, this is a shitty movie, I'm backing out because I don't want to be part of this. You know what I mean? To the point where I think once Kevin Feige got full control of the MCU again, like he's like, yeah. I mean, because everything he's doing is like, cut that shit out. What are we doing? Stop that. And he was able to catch certain things in time, and hopefully,
I can't believe he did out to all that to Daredevil. That is crazy.
Ooh,
still.
Yeah, he's like, he looked at it, he goes, trash, throw that shit out. But that's what he's kind of doing with Blade. Where Mahershala Ali is like, all right, this I like this story. But they had to rewrite the entire thing. It's great. That's crazy. What you got? I was to put my money on Snipes in a fight. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
100%.
Real life.
A 6-degree black belt? Yeah, no. He could be old as crap. He still kick everybody.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was cool. He was always like a cool person. That's why I put him as Blade. It was like, all right, be yourself. Here's some fangs and some glasses. And go. Bushmaster was my favorite villain in Luke Cage. Cottonmouth was cool, but Bushmaster was hands down my favorite.
I can't argue with that.
I forgot who.
I can't argue with that. Bushmaster was awesome. So awesome.
Cottonmouth.
Oh,
That's what Cottonmouth.
Yeah, Cottonmouth.
I'm like, wait. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bushmaster was the one Mufasa, right? Mufasa.
Yeah.
Mufasa. He was so good.
Yeah, he was awesome. So good in that role.
Yeah. So
all right, let's go ahead and do this Beekeeper. Why not?
Yeah. Beekeeper. And we'll talk about some other like I know we were talking about How to Train Your Dragon for sure.
I didn't tell you, B. How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorite all-time movies.
It's one of mine too. One of mine too. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, I really love How to Train Your Dragon.
I just watched all three like the last weekend, the other weekend.
They're really
I watch
good.
them all the time. They're on. I just put them on.
Yeah, they're so good.
You're gonna say something, or sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just no. I was just gonna say I don't know what a live action version, what they think they're going to accomplish with a live action version, but we'll talk about that.
I don't understand at all, but
money.
We'll
yeah.
Like that? Well, here's this. So like, I mean, I never met a real life dragon.
I don't need live action for everything. I just
say it's live action, but it's like, it's like dragons, right? So it's like half of what's going on the screen at any given moment is gonna be CGI. It's like, it's like I don't know how live that is. But
I mean, House of Flying Dragons.
We're gonna talk about that because I have some thoughts.
Yeah. All right. Let's do Beekeeper real quick, and then we can do the cats and stuff.
Okay.
151. Probably do some quick math. So like at 210, I think we should, 20 minutes should be more than enough. Especially with a movie like this. All right, let's get it going. You got a synopsis up?
I have a very quick one.
I mean, two sentences. Yeah. Jason Statham kicks ass.
Yeah.
Period. All right. Let's do this one. All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tink Kramer. I'm with Brandman Brandon, Brian DeGrizzly, and we're going to review the brand new Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper. So full on, we're doing spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, hit pause, go watch it, and come back and check out our discussion about it. But we appreciate everyone coming in, checking us out. And then Anzo, man, I guess Danny and Anzo always So Danny from Road to Wisdom said, later guys, have a great stream. So appreciate Danny, and he's also a member. So if you want to be a member of the Spoiler Crew and become part of the Spoiler Crew, the join button is right down there, and you get priority in our chats and a bunch of fun emojis and all that good stuff, and more to come.
Yeah.
So appreciate Danny from Road to Wisdom being a member. But cool. So we're gonna get to our review with our ratings, good and the bad. We're starting with some of the good stuff. Brand Man. Oh no.
Well, let me talk about the synopsis of this movie. All right, The Beekeeper. One man's campaign for vengeance takes on national stakes. As it's revealed, he's a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as the Beekeepers.
Yeah.
Don't mess with his friends.
Or his bees.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll start off with our goods. Brand Man, what you like about this one?
I liked how it gets straight to the point and just doesn't waste any time plot wise. Like 10 minutes in, if that, he's already doing his Jason Statham thing. You know, I thought the pacing, you know, because this movie very much knows what it is, which is a straight up action movie, and you know, it really leaned into that. I enjoyed that. I thought Jason Statham felt very much in his element. It felt kind of hokey and like a throwback '80s action film kind of way. Even with the ending, because you know but we'll get a little more into that later. But the action, you know, it was essentially Jason Statham his version of John Wick, which I thought was awesome. And yeah, I just had a fun time overall.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian?
I told you guys 14 days ago I love this movie. Everything about the movie was hilarious to me because I didn't think I'm not going in looking for a great story. I'm looking for action. I'm looking for an emotional connection to the character, and then even more action. And you know what? It delivers on those things. I feel like having Felicia Rashad, you know, as Eloise Parker, understanding what she's going through, and how when the $2 million is gone, seeing that, it broke my heart. It really connected to me emotionally because, you know, I have, you know, it reminds you of your grandmother, someone who's, you know, on an income but doing good for the world, and the world takes advantage of it, and these douchebags take advantage of it. Josh Hutcherson is a good bad guy, even though I have some part of my bad stuff about him too, but but he did a good job. Jeremy Irons, I love him and everything he does, so that was fine. It's just a fun ride. And seeing Jason Statham kick Navy SEAL's ass by walking up to him and tapping him on the damn shoulder, and then just like, you looking for me? I'm gonna kick your ass right in front of you, and I'm gonna tell you about it before I do it. It was like he shocked him. It was awesome. I love all the action. I loved everything we saw about it, and all the people that are terrible people had to deal with him. So I love it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm right there with you guys. It's what I wanted and what I expected, and some, you know, because I expected an action movie and I got a bunch of action, and I got Jason Statham kind of action, which is just him like untouchable and just whooping butt. And it was just over the top. It was really, really like fun. It was just fun, you know, because there's parts where when you have to like, when you sit back and you see, you're like, ooh, or like, oh my god, or kind of like laugh at when he does something so outrageously violent where it's kind of funny. It's really good. So it was just a lot of fun. It was wait, what did Hutchison do IRL? Nothing in IRL. In the movie, in the Beekeeper movie.
Yeah. In real life, he decided to go base his character off of someone else. Yeah,
but speaking of like the villain, I did like Josh Hutcherson. I was like, because he's usually the good guy. He's usually like the little dorky kind of good guy, and here he's just a dorky evil asshole. Yeah. I mean, even more than a bad guy, he's just like
A rich,
like
awful person. Yes.
Yeah, just like just an awful piece of crap person. That the whole time you're just like, you need to die, dude. Like, I want to see Jason Statham like kill you so bad. You know what I mean? So, whether he does or not, we'll talk about that maybe a little later. But it was just a bad guy that you're like, yeah, you're a bad guy. I don't like you. And it's just well done with that.
That was a nice thing. All the bad guys had it coming in this.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You
You
never
don't feel bad
at one
when
point were like, exactly. You never once were like, oh, maybe he should have did this. He gave warnings a lot of times, when he like did stuff. He's like, everyone, you need to get out right now because this place is getting burned.
The stapler scene was
my God,
hilarious to me. He just kept stapling the guy.
Yeah.
He just calmly like slapping him with it.
Yeah. That was great. That was really great. There's a lot of scenes that are just like, damn, that was good. It was funny. It was good action. But yeah, so we'll get into some of the negatives. What you got, Brand Man?
Even though I liked the pacing, the ending was like super abrupt, and you're just like, huh, that's it. They were kind of building up for the Beekeeper organization to have a bigger part or like pose a bigger threat. And then like when he just made short work of another agent that was sent after him, they're like, oh, there's nothing we can do. Screw this. We're just going to let him do his thing. And then you don't hear from him again. I'd say that was mostly it. Like I said, I like all the actors in it. I liked the movie as a whole. I just had a fun time with it. So I'd say that's my main one so far.
Okay. What were you, Brian?
Josh Hutcherson was such a douchebag. It was good for the movie, but I didn't like him because he's such a douchebag. And seeing him everyone taking advantage of those older people, that sucked for me. But one thing I didn't like was like the whole plot of the bees and the queen killer and all that stuff, and so Jimmy Redgrave was supposed to be the queen, that he's gonna kill, and that never happened. Like, it's like they set up all this stuff for that to happen, and then no, they used Hutcherson to grab his mom and threaten his mom, and then I was like, but you're not gonna kill this, so he's not a queen killer. That's not what he is. Like, they used that so many times that I thought that was what it was going to end up being, and you never got that. So I was like, then why you keep on saying that? But he's going to be the one that sets it all right by killing the queen, and she was never in danger. So that was kind of weird. But I mean, that's probably my only complaint. Besides that, dude, it's killing. It was killing bad guys and beating up douchebags all the time. I can't not hate any of that. That's great.
Yeah. And Dre might kind of put it perfectly. So this is the 80s action movie in 2024. It's exactly what it is.
Pretty much.
And that's what Jason Statham is best at.
Is it 80s or is it 90s?
I'll say
because I can see Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah. It kind of reminds me of the Last Action Hero kind of thing. It's like the good guy doing good shit, and it's like, but Last Action Hero, at least there is like PG-13. This is not. This is rated R. Yeah, I believe it is too, because there is a lot of killing.
It was creative killing. It was creative. I mean, what you saw in the first trailer was exactly what you got in the movie.
Yeah. And it's just like more of it, which is great. So if you're definitely a fan of like 80s action, like a good real action movie, that is what it, because I mean, I don't know if that's some of the bad things. What people are saying is there's no dialogue, or the dialogue's bad. Yes, it is. It's not that great. The story is very simple. Yes, it is. I can't lie to or I can't disagree with when people say stuff like this in their reviews. And I've seen people say that. But for me, it's like, I don't care. I don't care that the story is simple, that it's kind of a ripoff of John Wick. okay, you know, and you know, that the dialogue is great. Jason Statham is not known like as a Shakespearean like actor. Like if it was like Lawrence Fishburne and he has like no dialogue, yeah, I'll be like, okay, you kind of wasted that character. I mean, this is what he does, you know. So yeah, if you're coming in here expecting like a good storyline, a good plot, and like some dialogue, this is not the movie for you.
Yeah,
like
spend your money on
I
something
always
else.
thought it was
Go
more
see
of a
Oppenheimer.
mix between John Wick and Equalizer, because I feel like he's doing things, but he's setting the things right. So that's like, you know, not really, John Wick is revenge, and Equalizer is like, I'm gonna set everything up a little bit with a little bit of revenge. Jason Statham was a little bit of revenge, but I'm setting things right. Yeah, and I think that was the whole point of it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I the one really bad thing for me was the ending. It did end in a way where it just kind of ends, you know, and both of you guys are talking about like the ending, just two different parts of the ending. The whole ending was very fast and very sudden, and that's what makes me believe we might get a franchise out of this. We might get a couple of, because I'm sure this has got to be pretty cheap to make. The budget got to be pretty low. I mean, there's nothing too crazy besides explosions, you know, like nothing out of the ordinary. And you know, I think Jason Statham's name is big enough where you're like, hey, he's an action movie. You're like, ooh, okay. So we'll see, you know, how it goes. But I think it ended in a way that it directly is going to set up another franchise, you know. So you know, which is kind of disappointing because I'd rather see an ending and not a setup ending, but it wasn't horrible. Yeah, Chillmonger. What's up, Chillmonger? Said every studio hopes for a franchise, you know, and this might be
right about that.
34 million. That's not that bad. Budget.
Yeah, I mean, it made 22 million in the box office so far, and it's what, one weekend, I think. But it's a Amazon MGM, you know, so you know it's MGM, but MGM is under Amazon now, so
yeah,
that's the studio, you know. So yeah, 34 mil for Amazon is like what, 5 minutes of profit. so yeah, you know, get a good action movie out of it was pretty good. But cool. You guys, anything else you might have forgot? Any good or bads?
No, there's a lot of good killing. A lot of creative. I love throwing a truck off the side to kill a guy and just strapping them to it. That's just awesome. You know, I love chopping up people's hands and, you know, just, or all the bad guys stringing them up and just leaving them there to scare everybody. I think all that was just so well done. And it wasn't just all guns. It was just like whatever's, you know, there. Like he could have been Riddick. He could have grabbed a paper clip and put that down. I was like, all right, I'm going to kill you with this. Like that's what type of level this was.
Yeah, Jason Statham can act, though. He's been in some good dramas. He's been in good stuff. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But he's known for for action stuff, you know. I'm trying to look at what else. He was in Snatch. It was, you know, not bad. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. You know, good movie. You know, so
I don't remember a movie that Jason Statham has not been Jason Statham.
Pretty much.
Yeah, sure.
I'm looking at his list here of movies, and
Wrath of Man, Death Race. Like, I mean, Italian Job. Like,
Death Race.
Just who he is. He was him.
Yeah. Which is not a bad thing. I mean, he learned to steer with it. You know, it's like, hey man, this is my lane, and I'm gonna drive really fast down this lane and be the best action star. So, you know, but he's not a bad actor. He's just really good at action.
Yeah.
So
he's the transporter always.
But cool, let's get into our ratings then for this one. So here at Spoiler Kings, we do things nice and easy. We do a now, later, never ranking. Now means you got to go watch it right now before it gets spoiled or ruined. Later means you can wait till it's out on streaming and watch it whenever you can. And never means just skip it altogether. Brandman, what you giving Beekeeper?
I'd give it a now. It's just very much a fun time. Full on action movie. Has a couple funny lines here and there, and Jason Statham just beating the hell out of and killing a bunch of scumbag scammers. So.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, I like it. Brian,
give it a no.
As much as I love this movie, Like I'm probably on the bottom of now and top of later, but I'm still gonna give it now because I just enjoyed it that much. You know, because that's like, do I think you have to drop everything and go watch this movie immediately? No, but when you do, you're gonna enjoy it. So like nowish, yes, that's kind of where I am with it.
Yeah. Right now, I would give it a now just because like it's in a month where you don't have like a lot of other movies coming out. So there's not a big collection of movies coming out in January. So I think Beekeeper's up there. You know, like I think you should definitely have seen it this past weekend. I thought it was good enough. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely now. If it's like a month where there's other like bunch of movies, maybe later, but yeah, this is a movie I'm buying for sure. If they make a 4K Steelbook, I am buying it 100%.
And watch it immediately.
Yes, watch it. Watch it right away. I want this in 4K at home and just all the madness of it all. But cool. It's a Homefront.
Homefront, yeah. It's a little bit different, but he still was kind of him.
Yeah, Wrath of Man. I really liked Wrath of Man.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, I was gonna finish it up real quick.
You're finishing up this video.
Yeah. So cool. Let me hide the comment real quick. Cut it out of here. All right. So that's it for the review for Beekeeper. We all like it. We think it's really awesome. Rotten Tomatoes. That's what I want to check real quick. I know I was missing something. What do you think Rotten Tomatoes got? Because I haven't seen the scores for
70, I'm gonna guess.
69. So the critics gave it a 69. The audience gave it a 93.
I can see that. Like, I can't see anyone walking into it and knowing what this movie is and that saying this is awful.
Yeah.
Except for Kenny.
Well, he's not the only one. There's a few other people. There's like, you know, a lot of other like our you know, YouTuber friends that do reviews and stuff. So that didn't like it. I was kind of like surprised. But yeah, 93% with the audience. Oh, you know, definitely crazy. But 69% on the critics makes sense. Yeah, you know. But yeah, man, you know, we want to know from you guys watching the video. If you're watching on replay, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about Beekeeper. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray or DVD? But leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want, we also got our memberships open, so you can go down there, hit that join button that's down there, and you'll be part of the spoiler crew. Right now, we just got what we do, we promote you in the lives, not promote, prioritize. Sorry, prioritize you guys in chat on live. We got a bunch of nice emojis and all that stuff. So as we come further throughout the year, we're going to be doing a lot more stuff. Hopefully, some membership streams, a bunch of other like exclusive stuff just for members. So make sure you come and join us there. But you don't have to. You can always come and just hang out with us right now. We appreciate that too. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you're watching live, stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic. I gotta throw in like the membership into my like my outro script because I was like as I mastered like the normal outro, now I gotta throw another like piece into it, and I was like yeah. What do you say? Dre Max say I'll be seeing on streaming.
I mean, honestly, if it doesn't make more money, which I think it probably makes $90 million. That's what I'm gonna say. You know, full life of the movie internationally. So if that's the case, because it's just being released in Germany. If it does do that, then you probably see it streaming March, middle of March.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at some of these reviews, some of the negative ones, and it's like the shame is that there are flickers of greatness here. Statham in action is thunderously convincing. In character, he's pleasingly ironic. Like that was a 2 out of 5 score. Settles into a familiar narrative pattern once Statham embarks on his quest for vigilante justice, and that's a negative review.
Hey, what part did you not like then?
Yeah.
Exactly what you thought you were getting, right?
But it's like, is it good? No. Is it satisfying? Yes. 5 out of 10. And I was like, if it's satisfying and it's only a 50%, like, then that's not satisfying. Like, that's a failure, man. That's 50%. That's an F.
I
Like,
seen one guy who's complaining says it's an appropriation of beat culture.
I saw that one. That one's stupid.
Yeah, I was like, really, guys? This is what we're doing?
Yeah. But I think it's like a joke because it's
Or
like
another one. It says it's a sad disappointment for beat enthusiasts.
yeah.
What? Like what?
What?
So I clicked on that one where it says the appropriation of bee culture.
Yeah.
And all it is, he goes, the Beekeeper review. Don't believe the buzz. That's it. Like that's it for the whole review. I was like,
they have to be trolling.
yeah, I mean, this is on the critic side though. That's a critic. Well, that's all critics. You know, I think top critics are a little bit different, but you know, what that's the one sad disappointment for
this is top critic.
That was a top critic, which makes no sense because like, what? Like one thing if you're making a joke, yeah, fine, but now you're making a joke and giving it a bad grade. It was like you can't do both. It was Beyonce.
Oh man, I thought this was about Beyonce. The Beehive.
That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. That's number 3. She's the ultimate villain that you have to go after. Oh, can you imagine?
No, he'll lose.
Yeah, I know, right? The only time Jason Statham dies is against Beyonce.
Have you seen Swarm? You'll lose.
Yeah, so that's funny. But yeah, it was a fun movie, man. I am for sure gonna buy it though. Like as soon as it comes out on pre-order, I'm getting it. I am getting it. All right, you guys want to talk about some of these other castings?
Oh yeah, that's How You Train Your Dragon. That's one.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to go through. Usually, I look at a lot of what website is this? The Cultured Nerd. He has nice pictures, or I would say, got nice pictures. So, there we go. There's a bunch of Last of Us casting too.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. Yeah, that's why I was
a bunch. Yeah, they got a few characters. I think that's all I got for that movie. Was it just those 2 people that they got for How to Train Your Dragon?
But just recent over the past week, I think so. Yeah, I know that the role of Hiccup. Yeah, Gerard Butler and Nick Frost.
Yeah, Nick Frost is Gobbler. Yeah, and then Nico Parker as Astrid.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, that was confirmed last year. And Mason Thames from the Black Phone is confirmed to be Hiccup.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the girl from The Last of Us, Pedro Pascal's daughter, I think is going to be
Astrid.
Yeah, that's it. Nico Parker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know people are big mad about that.
Let me get the picture. I had the picture. My bad.
What picture of what?
There we go. Of those 2. Come on. I had it and I was like so pissed that I lost it. There we go. All right, let's do it. Cool. All right, what's up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. We are going to talk about some casting news that we got. Some old and some new stuff. How to Train Your Dragon. I know Brandman was like, "Oh, we're talking about this." I was like, "Oh yeah," because this is a film that I think all 3 of us really love. And I think a lot of people
love How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah,
I watched the movies. I watched the TV show because they have their own shows. I watched all of them, so I've enjoyed them.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had the TV show.
Yeah,
the TV. Yep.
Yeah. So here we'll bring in what we already know. So this is your main characters. Is a Hiccup and Astrid. So we got was it Mason Thames, Thoms, whatever. And then Nico Parker. So and so we got what do you guys think about this one? This has been
I like Mason Thames. I liked him in The Black Phone. I thought he was really good in The Black Phone. That was the only thing I've seen him in. He looks the part. I can buy him as Hiccup. So I'm fine with that. Nico Parker as Astrid. I know a lot of people are upset about that. If you've seen any message boards or comment sections, people are just big angry about it. I don't mind her as an actress. I think she was really good on that episode of The Last of Us. Oh, yeah. I guess people are griping because this is set during Viking era.
That's like I was saying. Like, how many black people do you know in cold places during the Viking era?
Yeah, so for obvious reasons, people are mad about that. But I'd have to see what they make her look like, if they're going to give her the blonde hair or stuff like that. I don't.
Don't Alba this. Come on, don't do that.
Say what?
Don't Jessica Alba it. Just don't.
Yeah, don't Jessica Alba it. Yeah, because that didn't look right. But yeah, I'd have to wait it out. I'd have to see what they make her look like before I form any thoughts on it. But I like the kid playing Hiccup. I like Mason Thames as Hiccup. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Well, we could get more into it after we talk about the casting, but I do have some thoughts on this movie as a whole. The prospect of this movie as a whole.
Yeah. So this is like perfect timing with because we got Chillmonger in here with us. He goes, if we don't use terms like black and base things off melanin, she's not that far off.
But
she's very light complected.
Yeah.
Is she really?
I mean, in this picture, yes. Other pictures, not so much.
Yeah. Oh man, she played Colin Farrell's daughter in Dumbo, and that took place in like the early 1900s.
Yeah, as long as you have an African lady, I guess it could work. It's just the truth is, she's looks like a little mixed black girl,
Yeah.
just that's what it is,
What's the word?
My question is, where did you find her mother? We really want to get to it. We want to talk about cultural appropriation. You want to talk about so many questions. There's too many things you want to bring up. I don't know how much you want to even talk about it. So,
and she's like fairly like light complected. But
pretty brown.
like in The Last of Us, she's a little darker.
Pretty brown, and anytime you get sun out. That's what melanin does. That's what it is.
But I forgot she was in the Dumbo movie. I really forgot that. But I mean, what she did in The Last of Us was like, where's she at? In The Last of Us was oh my
god. Really good.
I knew it was coming. Everyone knows it was coming, and it's still like everyone got a tear in the eye. Yeah. So
I was hoping they were going to change it. I was like, please just change it. Please.
Don't do it. So that's what we got for that. And then the newer stuff we got is Gerard Butler coming in as the dad again, who voiced the dad.
Stoic.
Stoic. There you go. So okay.
Stoic guy and Stoic.
I had a feeling Gerard Butler was gonna play him in the movie when they announced this movie. I think I even called that last year. Gerard Butler's gonna play Stoic. Curious to see what he's gonna look like. Are they gonna put him in a fat suit, or is he gonna have like the big beard, like the big braided beard? Or
I mean, he could do the beard.
I think he could do the beard.
Yeah.
Are they gonna? Yeah. Are they gonna put him in a fat suit or like a big padded suit?
You don't make a guy who looks like Gerard Butler fat. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you like
make him look bigger.
Less sleeves. Yeah,
he's gonna look big. because he's gonna be standing as a kid.
Yeah.
He voiced Stoic no matter what already. Like, so I just feel like that it was a natural progression. It makes perfect sense. All those things, and then Gobbler. I mean, that connection makes sense. All that was good.
I wonder if they're gonna go with like just kind of the exaggerated looks of the Vikings, because like Stoic, Gobber, Stoic was like a big like side of beef of a dude. So I'm wondering if they're going to go with those exaggerated looks for the characters in this. I'm kind of curious to see what that'll look like in live action.
You can just make it look that way, right? You can make it look that way because if he's taller than everyone else, he's going to look like he's a giant compared to everyone else. You don't have to make him, shoot him like Hagrid. He doesn't have to be Hagrid. He can just be bigger than everyone else.
Yeah.
I
was looking up Gerard Butler's 6'2". So
and then you got a little kid next to him who's like 5'8". You're gonna look really big,
Yeah. How big is Jason Thames is? You can't be too tall, right?
Yeah, I think he's little.
Yeah. I can see his freaking height.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's 16, so he's still.
Yeah, and
he's 5'7",
which is fine. Hiccup was supposed to be like the village runt, so.
Yeah. But I can see them, instead of going fat, they're like, just beef up, man. Just get beefy. You don't need to be ripped. You don't need to be cut. Just get big.
Yeah, big. Have a big beard and just
big,
be
burly,
awesome, Scottish type of guy. Like, that's all you really
need. I mean, be who you are in the already version that you are. So, but yeah, this is not far-fetched, obviously, because he already voiced them, and the look is not too difficult to do. Then they got Nick Frost coming in as Gower.
That works.
I'm good with that.
I mean,
it's gonna be weird.
Use that beard he has.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird not hearing who voiced Gower. Was it Craig Ferguson?
Craig Ferguson.
Yes,
yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird not hearing his voice because I automatically associate his voice with Gower, but it's Nick Frost. I will never complain about Nick Frost. Yeah. So I think for the most part they're doing a pretty good job with the casting. I'm curious to see who they get to play all the other Vikings in training, like Fish Legs and
the twins.
Rough Nut, Tough Nut. Yeah, the twins. Even hearing Fish Legs, I'm picturing like a big, like chunky kid with the voice of McLovin coming out of him. But
you can find that.
Yeah. Or just get a big dude, get a big chunky kid and just hire McLovin just to do the voiceover, overdub his voice.
No, but I don't even think you need it because they're really, as far as the storyline goes, they're really ancillary characters. They're not going to be that important. They're there. They're important to the story, I guess, but they're not really for the story to move. It won't be necessary. So, like, you can just give new actors these opportunities as long as it looks like the character. My whole thing about this entire movie is, do we really need a live action How to Train Your Dragon?
And that was going to be exactly my next point, because I'm fearing now DreamWorks or Universal is going to go the way of Disney and start just kind of cranking out these live action remakes. And the one of the things that made How to Train Your Dragon series work is the animation style with like the exaggerated, over the top character designs, and like making the Vikings like Gobber and Stoic like these like unnaturally huge guys. It
nothing about Stoic is actually huge. Nothing about
and like even the designs of the dragon, effects were very,
That's
very
why
over the top. I don't know
how do you make Toothless work?
How do you make Toothless work? How do you make some of the other dragons?
Toothless is actually not too bad because Toothless is just black and
but
very
he's
cool
looking. Very main character.
He needs to have all the time. But a lot of the other dragons, like the one, the character with the chubby boy rides the little dragon. You know, like that's gonna be
like
the twin
I don't
one.
think that's hard as much as it. The Toothless is hard because you have to have him missing a tail, and you have to have him interacting, a lot. So it's going to be very difficult to do those type of things in live action with a character who's probably the main character. Beside it's I just don't know how they're going to pull it off. It's hard for me to understand that.
I mean, it's all going to be CGI. I mean,
yeah,
but it's gonna be
I just
riding him and in having the live action foot working with the whole tail and all that stuff. It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, and here's the thing with live action versus or animation versus live action. You have a lot of wiggle room to really like get crazy and whimsical and wide scale with animation. And one of the biggest sins that a lot of these live action, especially in the case of the Disney movies, a lot of the live action remakes, one of the biggest sins they commit is failing to capture that. I'm not sure if, with the limitations of live action, how are you going to capture that like whimsical epic scale that the How to Train Your Dragon movies had? It's just I think it's going to feel very, very small and very dull in comparison. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong in the past, but it very seldom has it happened in the past as well. So I'm curious because I love How to Train Your Dragon, but I don't really see them doing much other than it being like a soulless cash grab. And I hope DreamWorks. I hope this doesn't become like a common trend, and next thing you know, they're remaking Shrek in live action or Despicable Me in live action,
that's happening.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of fearing happens next. Or I don't know if how familiar you guys are with the How to Train Your Dragon books. I've only read the first one. It's another thing that kind of like got me through, like it helped me pass the time during lockdown. But the animated movie was pretty different than the book, so maybe they're gonna do a closer adaptation of the book. That would be good rather than just doing a straight up remake of the animated movie. I don't think they will, but that would be a good angle to work. If but yeah. We'll see. I don't see it like just kind of capturing the magic and the nature of the original.
Yeah. I think anytime you do live action and it has to do with animals, even if the animals are like fake dragons, it's different. It's going to be hard and just difficult to do. Like Lion King was just trash, like because they went the route of realistic instead of animated. And really. Some of the other dragons show emotion, but obviously Toothless is, like you said, the main one. So you have to show like all that emotion, with Toothless that they did in the animated one. So I don't know. I don't know if they could do it. And then is it just going to be like lifeless, like you said, where it's just going to be like, oh, look at this guy. You can obviously tell he's like on a rig or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The CGI looks good. It could definitely look good. But I am worried because it's with animation you can do things differently, and I don't know if you could pull off the same thing like Brandon said. That'd be interesting.
I mean, what Brandon just said about use the books. That's probably exactly what you do. Use the books and put your own spin on it instead of trying to use the animated series or the animated movies. You use the books. If you have your own thing, I think that works a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, they have to keep the same look as The animated, right? For Toothless.
Mhm.
I mean, it needs to be black, but if you're using the books, it could be a little bit different.
Well, because it's money, right? I mean, when it comes down to it, it's like
toys.
Are they able to? Well, then I forgot they did this with obviously Jon Snow. I'm not gonna play the audio because probably copyrighted or something. But they did a pretty good job for this just being like a trailer, with Jon Snow. Obviously, he's House of or Game of Thrones with dragons and stuff. But I mean, is this what it's gonna look like? Basically, like, is this what
that's my whole thing? That's my whole thing. Like, do you see the live action version of Toothless emoting and having that much character, and that much expression? How many times have we seen that? I think, like we touched on the Lion King, none of the animals emoted. I think the closest they got was the Jungle Book remake, where for the most part, like at least some of the characters were able to emote, like Baloo and King Louie. So hopefully they kind of go more in the direction. I'm sorry.
No, of that seeing bare necessity.
But yeah. Toothless. Look at this screen cap right here. He had so much character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see.
Yeah,
I feel like
they got to pull this look off, like because Toothless has emotion, and the only way you can do that through a character that doesn't talk is the body language. Lion King, they thought they can get away with it because they can talk, and obviously, being sad and saying sad stuff and looking sad hit differently. So, but now you have a character who's an animal who can't talk. How like you have to you definitely have to pull off Toothless 100%. He's more of a main character than Astrid is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. It's Hiccup and it's Toothless and then everyone else in the movie. So, but do they do this? Do they just copy and paste the animated look and maybe touch it up a little bit with more scales and stuff?
Then how's that live action?
I mean, that's what they're gonna do. I mean, there's not a real dragon.
It's like,
I mean, even if they make a Muppet, I think it will look bad.
I don't think they're going to do a Muppet. I think they'll do something totally CGI'd.
Yeah,
everything's totally CGI'd.
Yeah. It's. I mean, this is a trailer for How to Train Dragon 3, and I'm like, okay, it was a fun trailer. Don't get me wrong. Jon Snow of all characters, with the dragon, but. It was very limited. You don't see them really close to each other because obviously you can't have that. He never like fully interacts with them like that. So, I mean, I can see them doing something similar to this though. Just better.
Yeah, just update it with some scales and just kind of more texture or something like that. I hope they keep the basic character design. Obviously he has to be black. You said, what was the breed of dragon? Night Fury, I think.
Fury, exactly.
Yeah.
You're from the source material and let that flourish.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Was the book more darker or more serious or what?
No, just different things happen.
Different things happen. Yeah, they kind of lean into some other themes that the movie quite didn't, or that the animated movie quite didn't. So it could very well be its own animal. I hope the filmmakers aren't lazy enough to just rehash the animated movie in live action, even though I don't think they will. But it's a good opportunity to just kind of do a separate thing, rather than just a rehash. That's what I'm hoping. That's what my fingers are crossed for. I know that this is from the same guy who directed all 3 of the animated movies, which is interesting. He's going to be directing it. We'll see. I want to be a good sport about it because I really like the casting so far. I think they're doing pretty good with that. Nick Frost as Gobber, I think is just great. Always liked Gerard Butler. Yeah, always liked Gerard Butler. I had a feeling he was going to be cast to play Stoic in this version, so I was just waiting for that announcement. Curious to see how it comes together because I'm pretty sure they're going to start filming soon. It's coming out. It's scheduled for June.
2024.
Yeah, 2025.
June 13th, 2025 already. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to start soon because it's gonna be super CGI. So definitely have to put a lot of post edit and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah.
Anybody else you might want to see? Yeah, I know we kind of talked on it. Any actor in particular, like that's who I want, or is this
I'm not sure. I think those were the main ones that I was interested in. I think they're probably going to get like lesser known kid actors to play the other Vikings in training.
Yeah.
Find some kids that fall in love with the series when it's a live action. Then maybe you could do more.
Yeah. So we'll see with that. Yeah. No one off the top of my head. I think like these were like kind of the core characters that I was really interested in. I'm just curious to see where they go with this movie. Are they trying to like adapt? Are they trying to make multiple movies? Is this just gonna be a one-off? We'll see. We'll see if they've even thought that far. But
I'm sure they did.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, yeah. Well, because they are. Yeah. So we'll finish off with what Kevin Davis said. So Universal Pictures needs a big win besides the Minions franchise at the box office, and this could be it. This could be their way to put back the Dragons franchise back in the main light, so they can promote it at the parks. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, right. I mean, because right now, like the Universal Parks has a whole Marvel area, which is owned by Disney now, and a Simpsons area, which is also owned by Disney now. So it's like, I'm pretty sure in the next 15 years or so, they're gonna want to get these kind of movies, their own homemade movies, and bring them into the parks. And a live action might be a good way to do it. Can you imagine doing like a ride at Universal where it's How to Train Your Dragon? You're just flying on a dragon.
Those dragons that go up this and then flying in the air and come back around.
Yeah. So this is definitely gonna be it needs to be a win for them. So I can see them taking their time and putting some care to it. But that's it. Let me get rid of this freaking cat. I don't know if you guys heard him earlier. He's just like tearing up the basement. But cool. I think that's it for this one. These are the main four. The ones that really matter the most are right here. We'll see what else they do, but we'll take their time. How to train your kid in? Yeah, that's impossible. You can train a dragon better than you could do flirking. Yeah. That's a good one. But cool. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for clicking the video. Hit that like button down there. Hit that subscribe as well. Come and join us every Monday and Thursday. We talk movies, TV, streaming, news, and all that good stuff. And make sure you want to come and join us because we have a membership now. So if you want to get your chats prioritized in the videos and be hopefully soon more of the upcoming perks that we're going to offer, make sure you come and join the spoiler crew. We super appreciate it. But thank you guys. If you're watching live, stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night. All right.
I was doing my putting more stuff away, the Funko Pops and all the action figures and stuff. And realize I have 2 of like 4 of these things. So like we can do. Eventually, we're gonna do another giveaway because I gotta get rid of this crap.
It'd be the Brian's Everything Must Go giveaway.
You get a toy. You get a toy.
It'd be like a picture of you just throwing a bunch of Funkos.
I got like
man, you need an Excel sheet or something, man. Yeah.
So I have. So I wrote all of them down, labeled them all, and there's like 8 pages of them.
Oh, geez. So at least if you had an Excel sheet, then you can pull it up on your phone and like at any given moment know what you got. You're like, no, I don't need this one.
That's a good point.
Just tell one of your workers that.
All right, you type this up. Get to going.
Yeah. Go.
I mean, the Black Panther number 72, and then the Phoenix number 33.
Nah.
Wow, it's 8 pages. Yeah, it really is 8. No, it's 9 pages. It's 9 pages.
That's just Funkos?
Yeah.
You have 8 pages of Funkos.
Yeah.
On what does that college rule look like?
It's college rule, so it's,
jeez. That's bro.
It's 28. It's only 28 lines.
28 per page.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. That's not going. That's over 200.
Yeah, I have way more than 200.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're not done yet. Yeah, I can seeing the shelf. I can see the wall behind the shelf. I haven't seen that in a while. Oh man. So we can save the Last of Us stuff for Thursday's show.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to the Batman debate. Although we didn't really debate like with Alzo. We were kind of like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh yeah.
No, I
it was a very civil conversation, right?
I say he was 100% wrong about the Dark Knight, but everything else I'm okay with. You can argue that.
Cool. You guys got anything else before we head out?
Nope. You know me,
on my end.
You know I like to do midnight.
Oh, I know. Try to end it. But cool. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Everyone in chat, all our members. Who we got? We got Danny from the Road to Wisdom. We got a member. Brandon Davis. If I can pull him up somewhere. I know he said he wasn't feeling good today, so he had to head out. Brandon Davis and also Cleves, who didn't show up today, but that's all good, man. I know he's busy. But appreciate it. And also, just for a shout out, go check out Chillmonger. Super fun show. He just did the Jabari versus Jabari.
I saw that Jabari versus Jabari.
That was so yeah, definitely check out Chillmonger. Super fun channel and everything like that. So go check out him, and also go check out the Dre Max show. At this time, like the Dre Max show is pretty much what I listen to on my ride home. The only thing that sucks, or my ride to work, the only thing that sucks is like it's always I'm never live. I'm like always miss it by a little bit.
I'm always driving around and listening to Dre.
Yeah. You wake up early and drive around. So, but he's my morning commute. That's why I listen to every morning. So, so go check out those two guys for sure, man. There was a lot of fun. Dre Mac and Chillmonger, definitely friends of the channel. But cool. You guys got anything else you want to plug real quick or could think of?
Nope. Just want to get to Thursday. I can't wait. Yeah.
So sorry if we missed anybody in chat during our Batman debate. Where I'm sorry, some of the comments we're going through and we're trying to like yell at each other.
Hey, that's what you gotta do for memberships. This is what you get. You get priority. We will show it on the screen.
Yep. But cool. Yeah, so Thursday, we're actually going to talk about the next Percy Jackson. Was there anything else? I think that's it. Percy Jackson. Yeah. Maybe if you guys watched the what's the one I just watched, Self-Reliance, we could do a review on that. I mean, it'll be a pretty short one. But that was a good one.
They can watch it.
Yeah. And then we'll get into some of the other stuff. But cool. We appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us. New and old people, appreciate you all. Especially shout out to our members. But cool. Let's get out of here. Thank you, everybody. We will see you guys on Thursday. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.